live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting. Boom! Handsome Jackie Jones. Oh, man!
Polar Seltzer.
Here with the, who is this guy? Who are you? Oh, you're my co-host. I forget all that stuff. Let them know who you are.
1-inch biceps, the power goat. Bah.
Boom! Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba! I saw your movie advertised over in Beantown day before yesterday.
Oh, yeah? What am I in now?
The baby, boss baby, and there's like a girl in it too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of weird if that's like his love interest, like babies. They're like,
yeah, it is a strange notion.
I don't think that's right.
Let's get it canceled.
You know what the baby's doing? Making
canceled.
Babies making babies.
Canceled.
Man.
We can't have hot female bunnies in a movie anymore. We can't have.
The people who get upset about that, I kind of wonder about, though. It's like, man, I don't want to go see this kids movie anymore. I can't jack off to this cartoon.
It's weird. I don't know.
I'll be honest. The original Space Jam is kind of a shit film. So I don't know this outrage about this new one not being very good, because first one's pretty shit.
The first one's crap too. So.
Yeah.
This one's
I haven't
crap.
seen this one. Maybe it's fantastic. I kind of doubt it, but.
Well, I'll say this. The first one contained the best basketball player who ever graced the face of this planet. And the new one has a good basketball player, but he's not the best basketball player who ever
best
graced.
Basketball player. I think a lot of that is just people. People are always just the things they grew up with. They think are the best. And
Jack, back in the day, you went up for that big slam dunk and you yelled.
No, I was not
Jordan.
Ever a Jordan fan. I was a Larry Bird fan.
Larry Bird fan.
Celtics, asshole.
Jordan versus Bird. I'm like.
Larry Bird all the way, hometown hero. I'm
like
not a bandwagon fan like you who just, likes whoever's winning.
I don't even like sports for the most part. But
you're not from Chicago, so why would you be a big Jordan fan unless it's just because he's winning?
But Larry Bird, I mean,
yes.
People today probably don't even know who Larry Bird is.
Come on, they don't know who Larry Bird is
compared to Jordan.
Well, Jordan is one of the biggest athletes of all time, but to act like Bird is nothing is pretty.
I mean, he was.
I don't know who wins.
I mean, for the time period, you would know who Larry Bird is, but probably people today don't even know who Larry Bird.
Still one of probably the top 10 or 20 basketball players of all time.
I just don't think the kids today would even know who Larry Bird was.
Maybe not.
Like they probably see
that does not mean he's good. He's not good.
They probably see that. I'm sure, yeah, he was good, but they probably see that game Jordan versus Bird, and they're like, "Who?"
That's not my fault.
Yeah, but
as a kid, there's probably kids that didn't know Wilt Chamberlain.
All I'm saying is that Jordan has.
Who cares? It's a fucking movie. Was he a good actor?
He was a damn fine actor. The best actor ever. He did a better job than Shaq did in Shazam.
Well, those are really big. Probably about equal. I mean, I don't think I ever even saw Shazam, but I saw Space Jam once. I have no memory of what's happening. But
if I wanted to make a Jack hell, I would just put Jack in a room and open his eyes like Clockwork Orange, and he would have to watch Space Jam, Shazam, Spaceballs, And what's
I'm
another
not saying
film?
these aren't the worst movies ever made, but it's not a great movie. Like people pretend like this is some classic films, but Space Jam. It's pretty fucking bad. It's just a stupid ass movie. Just because something happened when you're a kid doesn't mean it's great.
I'm just saying though, I would like to
I
make
mean,
it.
there's worse movies you'd have to make me watch than those. I saw a pretty fucking shit film this weekend. Everyone's praising
What was that?
The Green Knight. I can barely stay awake. It looks great. It's well acted, but my God, it's one of the most boring films I ever sat through. I kept falling.
Really? Vic Chavone says Larry Bird was great.
Of course. Anybody
Kids
with sense knows that. You're just some Jay Brown who just knows Jordan. It's like that'd be like someone telling me, the Fast and Furious are big. It's like, yeah, I know they're big movies, but
Right here, Kids Authority. He says Larry Bird equals
yeah, but who
some
the fuck's that?
random J Bro.
This is some guy who's walking around talking about how he loves kids. He's probably, on some list or something.
Jonathan Jackson wants a hell yeah, so we can go
Hell yeah, Jonathan Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, if you set the $10 for guys and fries, hit me up with that address so I can sign. Both people who bought one have not sent me their address, so I cannot send them out till I get it.
Tyler S. here. I have no idea what this is reference to, but he says, I have zero training, but street fights and bar fights, I know I can beat him up.
Who, Incher?
I don't know who he's talking about. Who's he talking about?
You think you can beat your ass?
I see somebody talking about Stone Cold Jackie Jones here.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Jackson. Is he talking about CM Punk, maybe? Lexar's brother is an MMA fighter. Lexar's brother's an MMA fighter?
A very effeminate dude. He couldn't beat up Punk. Who?
Lexar's brother is an MMA fighter. Maybe he can beat
Lexar even has a brother.
I didn't know he had a brother, honestly. Yeah.
I was talking to Lexar today. He agreed if the Headyverse can raise $200 for him personally, and then $10 for Sonny, so $210, we can send in his picture of his dingaling to get
graded
to rate.
Is this like a grade that she gives you, like a plus, a B, a C, or
I just assumed it was like a number.
A number grade
should be like the Meltzer scale.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. What if the Headyverse all got together and just started tweeting or emailing Meltzer dick pics saying, "Hey, how many star? What's this on the star rating?" And then if he ever replies, like, "Oh, we got you confused with Sonny."
What would be good if we had Sonny actually call into the program and give us her live?
That would be good. We might be able to set that up.
Analysis,
but we can do it.
Of Lexar's penis.
People, long-term fans, this is true. When unlike the bullshit we normally say, this is true. Is when Sonny was on, Missy Hyatt called in, and Sonny told Missy Hyatt, "Missy, go suck your boyfriend's dick," and she was like, "Okay," and then left. And I don't know what she did, but I assume she went and sucked the man off. She was on your show, Impact.
Did she show up, Missy Hyatt?
Yeah, she was picked as like the tag partner of one of those guys who plays with action figures.
Oh, Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers.
Oh, those guys.
The most professional wrestler.
But he got some heat for winning the woo 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 goo guy.
Matt Cardona. Yeah.
All right, let's just say it. Nick Gage, I gave the man a shot. I was not a fan of his program, the TV, the episode of Dark Side of the Ring about him.
Yeah.
People got hot at me. They're saying I'm not even exaggerating. They're telling me that he's better than anyone around today, more charisma, can connect to the audience, better than anyone since Stone Cold. I'm not making this up, not being facetious. People unfriended me that I've known for years. Jay Pletz, big longtime fan of the show. He disavowed In Your Head, just trashed it. left the group because we didn't like Nick Gage. Like he took it very serious. Like we went over and was pounding his wife, which he hasn't for a while apparently. But forget all that. He he was pissed. Other people were pissed. People took this guy like I was like, holy fuck. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe this guy is the modern day Stone Cold. Maybe this is the Luthez of our generation, the Ric Flair, the Hulk Hogan, all boiled down into this man, Nick Gage. Fuck. What the hell am I missing? I'm going to watch this show. MJF gives this amazing promo. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm in for a treat. I see him come out. Like, well, he looks about what I expected. He looks like, he's hanging out with Tazo in the gutters.
Yeah.
And holy fuck, does he ever suck?
Uh-huh.
He's the drizzling shits. He can't throw a punch. He can't run the ropes. He can't do any wrestling moves whatsoever.
No.
He's just a bum. He looks like he was broken down. He wrestles like he's like 65.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, he kind of has a Gypsy Joe like ring mannerisms.
Yeah, but what is he like? He's younger than both of us, I think.
Yeah. So he did look like completely lost whenever the match started, and like all the way through up until like it was time to break light bulbs. And then
right, which I'll be honest, I think anyone could do that.
Yeah,
I think anyone
break
could
light bulbs.
I'm gonna admit, once I get to the glass spot, I'm at least like, okay, this is. I didn't expect to see all this stuff on the show, so there's a spectacle to it, but. So part of me, like, just, I can't even say enjoyed it, but it was like, this is, this great, but he is fucking terrible. I would honestly think this is no exaggeration again, besides maybe if someone would pinpoint some celebrity who had one match or something. He's the worst wrestler I've ever seen on a main event television wrestling program.
Yeah.
It's not awful.
Not a good wrestler.
No.
Did you like the glass spot whenever he went through the sheet of glass?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. But honestly, if you would take that match and you would have put in Moxley, even if you put MJF and you had this built up, this big heated match, it would have been way better. If you would put anyone who could do who could throw a punch or do any basic maneuvers, and you added all the wild, nutsy, crazy stuff, it would have been a better match.
He really looked lost. Could you chalk it up to nerves, or has this man just not been properly trained?
Sucks. People that I respect in wrestling who told me about him said this is pretty much what you see. There are other people there are people on our board, which I don't understand this, saying you can't base them on this. I forget they didn't say tame, but it was something like this tame match that AEW put on. It's like, dude, what more could they possibly had on this match? There are people, I'm not even joking, who said that it wasn't good because they didn't let Nick Gage go into business for himself. They want him to literally stab Jericho in the neck, in the jugular with glass and like try to murder him. Really, this is what his fans want.
Yeah, you don't want that.
If you can't have a good match without literally trying to kill your opponent, there's no way anyone's going to tell me this guy's good.
And he even said himself on that documentary that stabbing David Arquette in the neck was a mistake. Like he didn't need to do that.
Then someone was trying to tell me, like, they're quoting, well, Nick Gage says that his favorite type of wrestling is technical wrestling. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That might be his favorite type of wrestling to watch. He might be watching Dean Malenko, but it ain't the thing he's the best at because he can't do shit. I could throw a better work punch at him.
Yeah, I mean you've had some work punches on Eddie Gonzalez there.
Yeah, I was talking to Eddie, and he agreed. I think if me and Ed Gonzalez had a match on TV, it would be better. I mean, I'm not taking her crown off just the basic maneuvers. I think would look better.
Yeah.
And then people are saying you got to blame Jericho. Like, no, I don't blame Jericho. If Jericho was in this match, it would have been unwatchable. It would have been the most embarrassing thing I've seen on television.
Yeah, like I
Seems like
know,
he's
like
playing them
there was one spot
together.
where he had Jericho in a headlock, and like he had it, he didn't even have it cinched in or anything. It was just like Jericho's head was like floating in free air almost.
Mhm.
It's like you gotta kind of snug that up a little bit, buddy.
Yeah. I give Jericho, I mean, credit for if you want to take credit for this. I mean, I think in his mind, he's done everything in wrestling. And so I can understand this on some level. He's never done some crazy death match. He's got not a lot of time left in the ring. This is one thing I haven't done. Let me do this. So I
Yeah,
get that on that level. And he went all out. He did glass. He took the light tubes. He was a bloody mess. Is it smart to do? Probably not. They lost, the sponsorship with with. It was funny. I even took a picture of my TV because it literally went to picture in picture,
mm-hmm.
and it went right to a Domino's ad. And I was, wow,
What
Nick Gage had the pizza cutter.
he had the pizza cutter out, and he just cut Chris Jericho's forehead, and then a Domino's pizza commercial came on. It was just hilarious, honestly, because I was just like, I even said on the show last
Yeah,
week,
you
it
were
was
like,
like
he's not going to do that.
he pulled out a pizza cutter, and I was like, what do you want, man? You want to go get some Domino's? Like whenever MJF introduced him.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just them going to that commercial is like, how did they do that? Like, how did they make that blunder? I mean, it was funny though.
I saw wrestling fans get mad at Domino's and like attacking them on Twitter and stuff. But I mean, let's be real here. Like, am I
Yeah.
offended watching this match? I mean, no. But put yourself in Domino's shoes. I mean, you probably wouldn't be too happy. You're selling your pizza and some guys.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy who's got like a bloody pizza cutter in his hand, and then your pizza ad comes on, and it's like you're not wanting pizza at that
Yeah.
moment.
And Meltzer said they pay over in the tens of millions of dollars. So
Oh,
not
so
even millions, tens of millions.
and now they're gone.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I think they
Yeah,
pay
that's not
for
good.
they do that on TNT in general, but they don't want their ads any longer on.
I can't blame them. I mean,
Yeah, I don't blame them.
I don't blame them.
It was bad timing because they actually have so much buzz with the Daniel Bryan and Punk come in, and then they do. Again, I mean,
It's
I'm not against it, but like you have to kind of think like maybe this isn't the smartest thing to put on our TV show. At least put on pay-per-view, then you have to pay to see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt AEW. It will hurt them with TNT, but
Yeah, but if
or
you're on
the
TNT,
Turner
you gotta try to
Broadcast
hit your
Station or
company.
whatever they are. But like, as far as like the fans, I don't think any of the fans are going to care.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm just, if you get hurt with TNT, if you lose your
Mhm.
TV at all, I mean that's gonna kill. I mean that killed WCW, and they had decades of history behind them.
Very true. Very true. They need to keep TNT happy. So
Yeah.
I think TNT is probably going to be watching them a little bit closer. I mean, they've probably gave them some leeway and not been so watching them under a magnifying glass.
Yeah. So I gave this guy a shot. I mean, I couldn't fathom that they would hire this guy because you just know, like, okay, New Jack, you didn't have to do crazy. There's a lot of the hardcore guys that I love. Terry Funk, obviously, was a fantastic wrestler. Outside of that, Cactus Jack. Even guys that are thought of as only hardcore guys, New Jack, Balls Mahoney, Axel Rotten. Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten are decent wrestlers. Balls actually a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
New Jack, not a great wrestler at all, but charisma and promos, off the charts. So you could have done stuff with them without doing, these crazy matches like this. I don't know what you could do with Nick Gage besides matches like this. So I don't know what benefit it would be to sign him because you can't do this stuff on TV every week.
No, and like he can't really do much of anything else. So yeah, you can't. I don't know. I'm fearful that they've already offered him a contract because he dropped that belt to Matt Cardona.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. If not, I will say that was pretty smart booking on their part because it'll make fans think that, which really added, I think, to the heat that Cardona got when he won the title.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, that was the only time I actually was interested in watching that program. But now after watching Gage, I don't think I really want to check it out.
see any more of it. Yeah.
And again, just to throw it out there, I'm not an anti-hardcore, deathmatch guy. It's not necessarily something I'm going to sit down and watch all the time, but this guy just stinks.
It was definitely not a good showing. I he doesn't seem very well trained. I mean, he knows how to do the light tube stuff, and
honestly, I don't know who wouldn't like.
Yeah, I mean, if you could take it, I guess you're good. As long as you don't mind the pain and you can get through the match. But I don't think
you couldn't have just a normal match with this guy. It would be just pitiful.
And they've said they're not going to have any more matches like this because they've pissed off Domino's. So
if it's just a one-time thing, it works, in that light. It is fun. Look, I'm actually interested in seeing Hoovy versus Jericho. But I will say it's very strange. You're a fucking bloodbath. You just fought this, maniac, and now next week you got to fight Hoovy. And I was just like, I'm actually really looking forward to that, but it's a very strange build. It's a very strange follow-up.
Yeah. I'm just I'm looking forward to see Hoovy and see what he can do, and him and Jericho in the ring after so long.
Back in the day, this would have been one of the. This was really what put this kind of style on the map, where guys like Hoovy and Ray and Jericho, Super Juniors, and on Nitro back in the 90s. I mean, that's 25 years ago, but I'm still looking forward to it.
I know Conan always says that Hoovy's difficult to deal with, and that I know they had their whole fight stemming from something that was said on this show, with the whole Sean Waltman interview and all that.
Right, it's been quoted on it's Conan himself has quoted it on the show. It's funny if people don't know. So if people don't know, we had Hoovy on a few times. And the one time he just started telling us about X-Pac trying to kill himself in Mexico. And his girlfriend there, Nash, coming and stuff. And apparently that was like a secret amongst the boys not to tell everybody. So, X-Pac was not happy that, his family gets to hear this, because then it's, on the web, on different websites and stuff. And so we had X-Pac on not that long after that. And he starts telling the story, and he's like, these guys didn't even ask about it. And he's like, wait a minute, was that you guys? And we're like,
yeah. Which we didn't even know anything about it at the time until Hoovy started talking about it. But which is kind of a shit thing to do. But then on the other hand, I mean, I kind of hope that nothing happens to Hoovy. I mean, I don't think
I love Hoovy.
But I mean, Jack Evans is in the company. I mean, and
I can't. Well, if they did do anything, I think that would probably be the end of those guys in the company. I don't think they're going to put up with that.
No, I don't think AEW will. But
everyone says AEW is the best locker room. Even Conan, the best locker room he's ever been in. He says he wished he would have, when he broke into wrestling, he would have broke into a company like that, just because everyone backstage likes each other. And I know, like, Cornette always makes fun of that, calls them all friends wrestling, but I don't understand how that's a negative, that everyone likes each other and gets along.
Do you think Conan from 1990 would say that, though?
Well, I think the Conan from 1990 became that because he was in an environment where everyone was cutthroat. Because he said he never even drank or anything when he broke in.
Really?
It was wrestling that made him do drugs and stuff. So if he would have broken in a better environment, he might have stayed healthy and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing that they're not so, negative and cutthroat and everything in AEW, if that is in fact true.
I mean, everyone says it, so I kind of think it is.
I think the wrestler's mentality would make you want to be kind of selfish and a little cutthroat, I would say.
I mean, everyone says every single person I've ever heard says otherwise. So I mean, and even the people who do, like I said, Cornette, who makes fun of that, which I just don't get. I think when you rather be a place that people get along and want the whole company to do well.
I do think hostility does help the program, though, in a way, like a cocky asshole like Shawn Michaels, or I think it does help it if you have an attitude. I mean,
But it also, makes a really terrible environment for you.
It does, but I think for the viewer, it makes it better in ways.
What's your favorite wrestling right now? Is it AEW? So when you rather
I
watch
like AEW.
When you rather watch it than Raw?
Yes.
So,
But I think Raw is like counterproductive with how negative it is. I think there's one man that's in control and he wants WWE to be the superstar and he doesn't care about anybody else.
It's really strange. I posted on our Facebook page, which everyone should join on the group I Watch Wrestling on Facebook. But so I've read that they're back to calling NXT developmental. It's no longer the third brand. They also took away, it's no longer the titles aren't world titles. So they took away some of the times that Charlotte's been champion. And I'm like, don't they not only do they own NXT, so it's not even like I used to say about they own WCW and ECW. So why do they want to devalue it? Not only do they own NXT, they created NXT. So why would you want to devalue your own product?
It's the man's psycho. He does. I think Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they kind of have control of NXT, and then it comes to Vince, and he doesn't like hearing that this program is better than his, even though it is his.
Yeah, it is his. Is the thing.
But I think he still don't like it, so he's gonna cut it down.
Okay, let's say there are. I mean, honestly, when I've watched a program, that's the shows I like better. Instead of like, okay, people think this one's better than my established shows. Instead of let's destroy this one, why not? Well, let's make my established shows better.
Yeah. No.
I mean, that's what you had to do when it was real competition, when you had Nitro, because you couldn't just go destroy Nitro, but you could be like, well, we're going to make Raw, better. Do that now. If you can make real competition between your own programs and make all your programs better instead of destroying one to make the other one better by default.
Thing is, though, he has real competition right now.
Yeah, no. So yeah, but we'll see then now you're going to make. So if you destroy honestly, the NXT programming is probably, that's why they put it up against AEW, because the same fan bases are that's going to be the one they like. So if you destroy that one, you're really helping AEW.
And they even retreated and went to Tuesday night. So they're not on the same night as AEW. So I don't know. I don't know why they do it, but they do. But
it also makes if you go back and ever watch, I never thought it made a lot of sense anyway, but Charlotte going after the NXT title, when she won the Rumble, it really makes that angle really stupid. Like if you go back and watch it, like if you watch it in a couple of years and if they've really devalued NXT by then,
and
like, well, what the hell is this?
Why was she going for that title?
I bet it'll be like a lot of things, like the brand split though, because the brand split for a couple of years will be into it, then they'll get rid of it, and then they'll bring it back. NXT, I bet, will be the same way. They'll make it seem like nothing, and then a couple of years they'll say, hey, we should make this a big deal again, and then they'll start saying how great it is. How would you feel if you're the TV, the network, because you're airing NXT, and then they probably don't look into it that closely, but if you paid attention, they'd be like, they start saying how they're developmental and they're not like the real world champion, all this stuff. Wouldn't you be like, hey, why are we showing the show?
Why are we showing this crap then?
Yeah.
I have noticed one thing, and I would like to ask the chat room if anybody can fill me in. Is NXT not on Peacock anymore? Because I was having trouble finding the current episode on Peacock this week. So I would like to know that. But if it is exclusive, just USA, that's kind of bizarre, that they would not push it to its fullest potential. But that's just kind of how they've done things. They've always had like a B show of some sort that they kind of crap on. Like ECW was on USA,
even SmackDown at times. It seems like they've gotten behind it currently, but who knows so long.
Well, I think Fox is really the ones who wants.
Right. Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah,
to be a big show
and what they want to do. Yeah,
and I think they have to deliver.
Yeah. But I watched not all of it. I watched a little bit of Raw for the first time in, I don't know, a year and a half or something. Did they just fire too many people? because like I'm watching the show and I'm like, who the fuck are I don't know, like almost everybody, and everyone just has one name. It's like Reggie and Shanty and Veer and Mace and T-Bar. I was like, good Lord, these people are, and they really just come off as total jabronis. I know it's part of it is I'm not watching, so I'm not familiar, but even the crowd reaction seems like people are like, we don't care about this. One of the matches, it's Veer and Shanty versus like T-Bar and Mace, and I was like, who can care about this? No, Shanty and no, that it was Mace and T-Bar versus Mansoor and
Ali.
Yeah.
Shanty and the other dude, they were taking on Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, so the one guy's my first time seeing these guys, Shanty or Shanky, whatever.
And Veer.
He's 7 feet tall. He's this giant man. And the other guy's a big dude too. And immediately my first impression of them is they're in a handicap match versus one guy. So immediately I'm like, well, these guys are, nobodies, obviously. They're like job dudes. Because you don't put two like important people versus one guy. So that totally ruined them right away for me. And then come on, Drew McIntyre comes out and he pulls the sword out of the stone. And then he starts using the sword in the ring. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Well, they had chairs, Jack, so he had to defend himself with a sword.
Yeah, but then he even goes after the one guy, and he clearly is not going to swing it. And then he just stops, kind of laughs himself, and like, what is the point of this weapon? You can't really use it on something. He's not going to stab a dude.
Well, they got Tom Savini nowadays. Why don't they just work up some FX where like Tom Savini makes like some fake dummy that Drew can like actually cut into, and then cut away, and like Veer's like shooting out.
Decapitated Shanty. He could cut his arm off and be like, it's only a flesh wound.
Have him like throw the fake arm at Drew or something. That would be pretty awesome.
This is how they can bring back Zach Allen. Fucking cuts his leg off.
Is one good leg?
Oh shit. We botched that one.
Oh, that would be bad. That would be real bad.
I don't know if I've told this on the show, but when I did a movie a couple years ago, one of the people in it has one leg, like Zach Allen, and we cut his leg off in the movie, but I suggested we filled the pants with meat and actually really sliced it, but he was not down for it.
He didn't want a pants full of meat.
No, he was afraid like it would, because he still has like a stump a little bit about he was afraid it would cut too far. But it would have, I thought it would look cool on for the movie.
Did you tell him to man up, bitch? Did it work?
No. I did suggest a sequel to Umbilicus Desidera. For people who don't know, is about the loss of my belly button. And my idea was for sequels, me and him at like a meeting for people who've lost body parts, and then it would be me. And so he's going on, and I'd be like, "Yeah, we get it. You lost your leg, but the thing is, you got another one. I only have one belly button." Pretty funny, I think.
That would have been amusing.
Yeah, maybe we'll still do it. It's good, man.
Your camera's freezing on my end. I don't know if I think it's fine on the stream. It may just be my connection.
I'm looking at the stream and it's going fine.
Yeah. So
it says
I can't see if you're gesturing. There you are. You're there now, but you'll probably disappear. Okay, I didn't need to see that. Please don't do that when it freezes, because I don't want to be staring at that. Just staring at you doing that for like 20 minutes here. What have you been eating? You got like some brown on your tongue.
My coffee.
Oh,
it'll stain your teeth.
Well, Jack, last week I think I might have priced the fork a little high. It's still here. Nobody bought it, but so I think this week we'll mark the price down a little bit. And if you want this fork, if you super chat $49.50, Jack. $49.50.
That's a steal and twice the price.
That's a steal.
$49.50. Get yourself an autographed fork.
$49.50.
About I Butcher.
Ho, tough guy.
Ho! I liked him.
Got my 2x4. So
Just real
tomorrow
quick.
night, gonna see Hoovy back in action with Chris Jericho. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely gonna be watching that. Ooh, oh yeah. Macho Man.
This is a Garbage Pail
Green.
Kid Macho Man figure.
Oh, excellent.
Pretty sweet. I got it Sunday.
See, I got Jonathan Jackson all hard for the fork deal. He says, damn good deal in the chat room.
This is Jonathan Jackson right now. He was watching the show, and it's kind of like, then it's like,
now you're frozen doing that. That's my screen right now.
Oh, man.
Oh,
now intro's hard.
It's back to normal now.
Oh.
I'm having bad weather in my area. So
Nia Jax was back too. I saw her.
Oh yeah, she got hurt really bad. Like she got cut open or something. I'm not
I
sure
don't
what
know
exactly happened there.
It was her versus Rhea Ripley, and I think it was just Rhea Ripley's tights when she gave her power bomb.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. Was like maybe like a buckle or something cut the side because she was bleeding like bad.
Yeah. Then it cut to a Domino's ad.
I hope not. Domino's. Well, at least they weren't using a pizza cutter.
Get us out of this wrestling.
Yeah. It's like this is why you can't advertise on wrestling.
But yeah, I thought she was gone or something. But so a big firing though in this one I was actually surprised by Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, huge firing that I don't think anybody really expected, but nobody expected Braun Strowman either. But I think
it's legit one of the main like 4 or 5 guys though.
Yeah. I know like he wasn't doing nothing with the company, and that you've stated that it was because he's claiming mental health issues.
Yeah.
I guess that's what's going around on the internet. But I think he was slated to come back this month. But they went ahead and let him go.
When they called him and told him it was due to financial issues.
Mm-hmm.
I keep repeating this, but I don't understand how it's legal, how they can sign you for a multiple year contract. They can just fire you at any time. There's no benefit to the talent to sign these kind of contracts. To me, it shouldn't even be legal. Mm-hmm. And then the idea is, the people think they're going to try to sign him back for less money. I don't know how it's legal, but how can you go around and always talk about record profits and then fire people saying it's because of money?
Yeah, I don't get that either. And that's just so mean to like let them go just so you can try to bring them back at a lesser rate.
I don't care what anyone tries to tell me. That's disgusting.
Yeah. That's pretty underhanded tactics. I mean, they can always go to AEW if they want, if AEW can hire them. I mean, AEW can't hire all of these guys. I mean, would I like it if they did? Sure, because I do like seeing people jump ship. But I mean, like financially, they can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, they have kind of unlimited. Yeah, no one's unlimited. They have quite a bit of money, but the again, if you could get, like, I'm actually not a Bray Wyatt fan, but if you can get Bray Wyatt, I mean, he has a huge following. He's a huge merchandise seller.
I mean, but you can't bring him in as the Fiend. I mean, you're going to have to change him into something else.
He's a creative guy, so he'd probably come up with something. I personally probably wouldn't like it because I don't like his stuff that he comes up with.
I mean, his matches aren't very good.
No,
I mean,
I don't like his stuff either. I don't like all the goofy teleportation and the stuff that's in people's minds and stuff. I hate that stuff.
Well, yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know. Would he try to do that today with like fans in the arena, or was that just something to do?
I mean, they're still doing the stuff with Alexa on Raw this week. which is gonna
Yeah,
make you
that's
feel kind of shitty too. They not only do they fire you, but they continue the Alexa just kind of takes over your whole thing you built.
she's basically like a mod's house for Bray Wyatt,
Yeah.
Like that's like a spinoff of Bray Wyatt's thing. So yeah, I think it's going to get her really booed when she comes out.
Probably.
I mean, the material's shit to begin with, and now she has this against her. I think her career is just in the complete shitter right now. I think she was like really over with the
Yeah,
little Miss
Gim's not
Bliss
somebody I
character.
like, but people, people really behind it. I can't,
Yeah,
and other people didn't like it.
I don't think anybody really likes this character except for Steven.
Yeah, people with mental deficiencies.
Well, Steven doesn't have.
No, I
Steven
said
doesn't.
Stephen and people with mental deficiencies. That's
But it
like
does make
I
you wonder.
honestly do question the people like Nick Gage. Like I think they have to have like some kind of issues. Like they can't be very smart, and I think they might have like serious mental problems. Nothing against them. I'm sure they're good people.
But hopefully Shaheen's not listening tonight.
Why is he a big Nick Gage fan?
He had some pictures with Nick Gage. He was all smiling and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the fucking shits.
How could you say that about your buddy?
But I'm the most honest man podcasting.
Oh.
My Latino Heat shirt on.
Latino Heat.
It says lie, cheat, and steal. I don't know how they get away with selling this stuff on Pro Wrestling Tees, Latino Heat. But
yeah, you think WWE would put the kibosh on that, but maybe they don't have a copyright. I don't know.
All right. Well, if anyone wants to zoom in tonight, you guys know the Zoomer, or you can go iywrestling.com/Zoom. Any other wrestling you watch that you were? I enjoyed AEW overall though last week.
Yeah, AEW, I did enjoy the program. Definitely wanted to check it out live, because you never know when CM Punk and Daniel Bryan might show up, but I think CM Punk's going to show up at the Chicago show.
Yeah, I do too.
Daniel Bryan, don't know so
They've
much.
been selling out some big arenas.
Yeah,
which is very good.
I'm happy for them. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it. But
you're saying it'll probably be Punk in an angle with Darby, which I think really works. I think you could either do a team or a feud with the two.
You think he's ready to get back in the ring? You think he's?
Yeah, I think he stayed in shape.
He
looked in good shape when I saw him. I know he supposedly even did a run-in or something in one show with like a mask on.
Yeah, they never really said if it was him or not, but yeah, I remember hearing about that.
I think he's a guy that won't do a match unless he's really ready for it either. Because I think he was embarrassed. He embarrassed himself in an MMA fight, but I think in wrestling, that's his baby. He probably wouldn't come back.
Well, he was kind of looking at MMA as his baby before, but I mean, it didn't really seem like he was that serious if he never trained. Because from what we've heard, he never even showed up to training.
Yeah,
which is totally believable.
I mean, look at it all. It just looked like some dude. I mean,
some bum wandered in off the street. He's like, I'll take the money. Beat the fuck out of me.
Well, the one match show, they took away the guy's win.
Yeah, he was so upset with the man. Yeah.
But I think if you got beat by a guy with stoned, it should be cost us like 2 losses. Because if you're stoned, you're not going to be tougher. You're going to be just like laying around lazy.
So the second guy, is that who you're referring to?
Yeah, they took that win away because he was on the marijuana.
So he just got done smoking a joint and he came in and beat up Mr. Straight Edge.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he was on something like, if he was roided up or something but if you're doped up, I think you probably even have a harder time winning, I would think. Wouldn't you?
Jeez, think about that though. He just came in and beat up the Straight Edge hero after he smoked a joint. I mean, how bad is that?
I know. He had an insult to injury.
It is. It's definitely insult to injury. How can they take it away from him, though? I mean, he still won. I mean, the footage is there.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious who won.
They consider that, on illegal substance. But
I think it probably made his ass whooping like more tame, bro.
I know. That's what I was saying. I think if anything, it should count as like 2 losses.
Yeah, he says Jonathan Jackson here in the chat room. He says, "Well, that and Dana White was pissed. He took his time toying with Punk."
Yeah, it's probably because he's all on the Mary Jane. But
he was like, "Yeah, I'm just winning this fucking fight, man."
You can't. I mean, that's shit. But still, like that should mean you don't win the fight. Like because you could have beat him even quicker, then suddenly you don't even win. That doesn't make sense.
Fucking Cheech and Chong's kicking his ass here. Just hey, man, you want to light that blunt for me over there, dude? I'm beating up Punk here. But anyways, looking forward to seeing Punk coming back to wrestling. And I'm willing to accept him. I'm not going to hold that against him. I don't think any wrestling fan will. But because, his promo skills are the best.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really thought of him as a. I think that kind of thinking's been long gone in wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he did have a muscular build when he was in.
No, you didn't.
When he was
the guy that everyone called skinny fat. That's where that term originated.
At the beginning of ECW, when they had the WWE
never a built guy, dude.
Not huge, but I mean, he's muscular and like his chest was a little bigger and stuff.
I mean, like an average,
he's smaller,
average wrestler. Like he didn't even have a good build for a wrestler. Not even he's like a below average looking wrestler.
Yeah, but this is a new era where you're not supposed to be all steroided up.
No one ever thought of him as this badass tough guy.
But you wouldn't. I don't think you would be like, "Hey, I'm going to beat that guy up. I'm just going to walk up."
He wasn't beaten by some guy on the street. He was beat by trained MMA fighters. There's a huge
who was stoned.
That's like if you went to the NBA and you got beat in the NBA by a basket. Even
I think it levels it out though if he was stoned.
It wouldn't be like, well, you're worthless. It's because the lowest level basketball player would beat any normal anybody,
even if they're stoned.
Yeah, of course, they're probably all stoned.
But I'm just saying, even before we knew that, if you looked at him, you wouldn't be like, "Hey, I'm going to challenge this guy to a fight." I mean, he was impressive. I mean,
I don't think that's ever been his calling card. No one ever thought of him as this tough guy.
I mean, he looks athletic. He doesn't look like he's nothing. I mean,
yes. I mean, I don't think this has ever been anyone ever thought, man, I like Punk because he looks like this badass who could beat everybody up.
I think there was a bit of that. I mean, I'm not saying it was huge.
I think if anyone, the people who didn't want to push him, that was their reason because they said he didn't look like a tough guy.
Well, that's because they're still stuck in the 80s when they're like, I want huge steroided people coming in.
But yeah, I don't think anyone ever thought of that upon.
Mm-hmm. No, I would say so. A lot of people had like a feeling that he knew how to handle himself and that he had
probably did. I mean, he could beat I'm sure he could beat any of us up, but I mean, what's that got to do with things? Mm-hmm. I honestly just don't even think. It's probably like what? How many AEW fans even watch a show thinking that?
What the hell is this? It's like the Sphere is calling in or something. It's like, oh, it's the pizza cutter. Oh my God.
We're going to, shit. We're going to lose all our sponsors.
Oh no. Oh, I got to get something for the pizza cutter here.
It's a sweet mask though. He's wearing there. Slasherman.com. Get yourself a mask like that. And just announced today, I have a limited. It's a limited sponsorship with sponsorship. A limited deal with the 1981 Evil Dead and the 2021 Dune Slasher Man Designs is going to come out with an 8-bit retro shirt for Dune, the new film that's coming out, and the classic 1981 Evil Dead. This is pretty big news for myself who creates these designs. So there's some things I can't do and stuff. I can't put Batista on there, but it'll be fun. There'll be some cool stuff for Dune and Evil Dead. The Evil Dead I have a little more leeway with. But it's very cool. I'm very excited.
Sounds good.
Yes. I could also make color forms, but I probably will skip that one. But
Do one of a pizza cutter.
pizza cutter. That's what we should sign. Some pizza cutters.
You gotta avoid the Noid. The Noid's for the pizza cutter. Get out of here.
They're a good sponsor.
Oh man, that could be if you do bring Nick Gage back, he could fight the Noid.
There you go. They should create like a new title for him on AEW.
They could bring in they should bring in what's the midget? The little person. Hornswoggle could come in as the Noid.
Yeah, maybe.
Avoid Noid.
How much is that worth? That's probably worth a pretty penny.
I think it's like 140 right now. The complete copy. Because this is a completed copy.
Man, that's like fucking Tecmo Bowl over there. It's the Tecmo Bowl of NES games.
Oh, look at this. Somebody wrote on my. So that probably takes the values a little bit.
That was probably Nick Gage.
Yeah, was it signed by Nick Gage? The value might have just gone up.
Man.
This is Jeffrey N. Alejandro. Yeah.
What the hell?
No one
So
does.
I have your game, buddy.
Alejandro. Oh, it is Alejandro.
Oh, wait, you stole that from some little kid, man. What's wrong with you?
Did
I
you
didn't
steal that
steal
in
it.
school?
I bought it.
Is
So
that the
I
kid
can't
you punch in the back of the head?
Yeah.
Avoid the noise.
give me the avoid. I bought it at the flea market. I don't know. Like
I should put the pizza slicer to you.
I think I bought it at the flea market.
Did you
I don't
ever
think I
use the
stole
pizza
it.
cutter in one of your street brawls, Incher?
Jeez, he's writing his name all over my instruction manual. What's up with this?
What if he just came in your house and did that to all your games?
And your underwear.
That would be bad.
And your booty hole.
Oh.
Avoid the Noid. Avoid the Noid.
I think they brought the Noid back recently, didn't they? I thought
Yeah, they did.
And I found out that they stopped using the Noid because some like person went crazy and it was like a person named Noid. Their last name,
Really?
and they broke into a Domino's and like held the people hostage and stuff.
You think that's still good?
Oh
Yeah.
definitely. No, it's expired in what 82 or 90?
12/31/92. Is that what that says?
Yeah, 2092. He's got it.
So it's good for a while. Yeah.
2092. Yeah, well, I can use that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look at this. Like you get $1 off.
Yeah, but $1.92, that's worth what, like $2.50 today.
Pizza was a lot more expensive back then, though. Like, wasn't it? Like you would try to get like
You probably
delivery, and it was
back
like
in
pretty expensive.
It's like
Fuck
10
that. Today it's expensive. It's up. We gotta pay up the ass for the pizza. I don't get delivered. It's like $50 if you get a pizza
For delivery?
where I live. Yeah, I don't have Domino's where I live, but
Oh well,
local pizza chains
I think Little Caesars has changed the deal altogether
go.
because
are.
they've made pizza so
you're eating
cheap that
shit.
everybody else had to drop their price.
You're eating the shit pizza. Gotta
I
get
think it's because you don't slice your own pizza, and that's what they're charging you for. So get yourself a pizza slicer here.
It's the best invention. What did they do? How did people eat pizza before pizza cutters? Before Nick Gage came along?
I have no idea. I think they used a fork, and those people are
They got
weird.
The whole thing.
I have a plastic one where you just kind of roll it.
I have one of those too, but it's not plastic.
Yeah,
Plastic
mine's
fork?
plastic. So I'm going to use that in my
that's
wrestling
what-
ring.
You
Nick
can't
Gage
cut
is-
yourself with a plastic pizza cutter. What's wrong with you? What if someone
Yeah.
breaks into your home?
Got a plastic fork for $49.50.
I don't really make pizza at home anymore, but I have Stone and and the big thing you pull it out with, and then the big pizza cutter.
Jesus.
That'd be a pretty good weapon because mine's a metal one, and so you could probably decapitate somebody with that.
Yeah, you need to break into the deathmatch business.
I'm gonna do that. I think I could do well, except for I don't want to take any bumps. But I could be the guy. I could be like the Ultimate Warrior of the death matches. I just run in and kill everybody.
You saw Nick Gage. He definitely barely took bumps.
I'll be perfectly honest. I think I could outwork Nick Gage.
Outwork him?
Yeah.
Oh man, you better be careful. He might actually challenge you to a match. I mean, he's going to be back on the flea market.
People are really upset. They're saying that the reason this match wasn't good because he didn't go in business for himself and stab Jericho in the neck, in the jugular with the like a light tube. Like these are the kind of people who actually, like Jonathan Jackson, who really like this dude. They want to see him literally try to murder a man in the ring.
That's why I was worried about Jericho, because I thought he would go into business for himself.
I'm not even joking. There people were saying that's why it was they were mad he wasn't. They were like, this is too sanitary. He should just start trying to kill him. And I know it sounds like I'm being facetious, but
I really have to wonder about fans who really want to see like a man nearly get killed in a match.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, what's the matter with you?
We see one right here.
I want like to be entertained, but I don't want people like nearly being killed,
I was just happy to see Nick Gage. I wasn't like planning on anybody's murder or anything, I mean, had it happened, it would have, I mean, babies would have been tossed in the air, but no, I wasn't an advocate for that.
If he murdered like Chris Jericho, you would have been happy.
Oh man, it would have been on live primetime TV. That would have been the talk of the century.
Boy, Domino's would really be mad then.
Oh yeah.
Bam. Look at that man. He just slammed him.
Should have hit him with the pizza cutter after that.
This is me body slamming a man in a theater. I don't think that Gage could throw a slam like that.
He probably couldn't.
You don't need to slam somebody. You can just slice them across the jugular. That's the end of the match.
I like that there's people walking in to see this. Oh, let's check out the Three Dick show, and they're just like,
then they just walk away.
They just walk away. They're like, how would you feel if you just opened a door and you saw just the person going, and you're just like, I'm going back.
Yep.
Intra filmed that.
Yeah, I was the cameraman for that one, so
he enjoyed it.
I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of did like production and just filming things. So
yeah, you should start following me around and filming me all the time.
Yep, on the train tracks.
I did walk the tracks the other day.
No. That's bad business right there, Jack. How would you feel if you were glorifying this whole walking on the train and somebody was like,
walking on the train?
Jackie Jones.
I'm not walking on train.
On the train track, you know what I mean. I'm a Jackie Jones follower. I'm going to do what Jackie Jones says. And the kid gets hit.
Then he
splattered.
Then he was either trying to murder himself, which is too bad. He's probably depressed.
No, this is an impressionable child, Jack.
Or he's blitzed. This I would say that
blood is on your hands.
Could not have been drinking.
You should not be glorifying this.
There's no possible way you could get hit by a train on accident unless you're blitzed out of your mind. You've got some kind of you're a Nick Gage fan, or you're drugged up.
I may or may not have been working on a deal with Domino's Pizza to come and be sponsors on the show, but they said we heard that whole bit about walking on the train tracks and not so much. What?
I think you got to man up. I'm more worried about the youth that watch a show and think, "Oh my God, I've got to just sit in my house and not do anything because Intra says if I go outside, I might die."
Kids,
I say
go outside, you might die. COVID might get you. You might get run over by a train. Who knows? Maybe somebody will attack you with a pizza cutter. You never know. You'd want to die if you
never leaves this room because he's too afraid. I'm saying get out.
I mean, look at all the junk that's in this room. I order it on the internets and I stay put right here.
I'm thinking of Dobbs. He's watching this and he's thinking, I've got to be like Insure. I'm just going to lock myself up in this room. So get out there and live your life.
Lock yourself up. Live in your
Walk the tracks with your earbuds in.
And a pizza cutter.
And a pizza cutter. That's all you need. Just throw the pizza cutter in your pocket. That'll block the train.
Oh, yeah.
Or a hobo or something, comes walking in. That's probably the one thing is if you're in a place where it's like there's some crime, maybe you'll run into some ne'er-do-wells on the train track. Like
Nick Gage, he needs his own pizzeria.
That's a guy you would run into. Around here I wouldn't, but if I was in Boston walking around like in the down in the subway, if I would jump down and now, okay, when I say train tracks, I mean the locomotive. I don't mean train tracks in the subway because then you would get killed. But when I go to this, I've been driving the subway lately, first time for a while. If I would jump down in the tracks and start going down into the tunnels, I would assume I would run into people who look just like Nick Gage.
Nick Gage.
I'm saying he just looks like this homeless, a drug addict. Nothing against him, man. I'm sure he's a good dude. Well, no, he's not. He's fucking was robbing, banks. Fuck.
That is true. He was robbing banks.
You got to get your street cred up.
Like, don't shame this man. They were saying on the group, and I'm thinking, well, I've never said anything about, but I call him a crackhead and stuff. But I've never been you can't hire this guy because he had a drug problem. But I don't see like he was a former bank robber, like he could have murdered people and stuff, and to be like that shaming him. I mean, that's not good. That's not cool.
No, not a good thing at all. Bad stuff. Don't rob banks, kids. Can you at least agree with me on that?
Oh yeah, I'm not robbing the banks.
Thank you. Steven, you're not robbing any banks, are you?
Oh no.
Jackson, if he was clearly he's not about to rob the bank because he take the mask off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do to save the kids.
Exactly.
Think about the kids. Did I scare? I hope I didn't scare that one guy off in the chat when I said he might be on the list because his name was Kids Authority. I was just joshing.
Maybe he did. When did he leave? It doesn't tell you when he leaves.
Here, I took this video of this nice upstanding guy. I think this might have been Nick Gage I saw in Boston.
Video time, everybody. Let's turn the lights out.
Oh damn!
What's he doing?
Nick Gage?
So he got an itch? Is he scratching his ankle?
No,
what's going on?
He was doing that the whole time I was walking down the street, so I went across the street. I didn't really want to walk by him.
See, is he like the S man? Does he have to go to Japan and get unbent?
No, it was right next to Chinatown.
He was looking for little green men.
Little green men?
To me, that's what a Nick Gage fan looks like. Nothing against JJ here.
But... No. They come in all shapes and sizes. It's okay.
I mean, Shaheen's like the biggest Nick Gage fan, I think, isn't he?
So he does look pretty ripped today, I'm noticing.
Who's that, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hide it pretty well, but oh, yeah, I'm ripped.
Damn.
You're taking on the inch, man.
In a death match.
I stay right here. I don't go anywhere.
Oh, never mind.
What would you use to combat the pizza cutter?
Probably like
our sword.
Probably like a Red Baron pizza because
that's the thing.
They can't cut those. It's just it's just like
to actually think about this. The one show the guy's got a pizza cutter and they're getting in trouble with sponsors. The other show's guys got a fucking broadsword.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody says shit. They're like, whatever.
Broadsword. He only hit a chair with it. Whatever.
If they had like a dragon ad, then I could see they'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Ricky Steamboat will come back.
That would be pretty awesome if Jinder Mahal was like, I have a dragon now, Drew. And he brings out a dragon, and then Drew's like, I'll take him on with my sword. And he just comes and cuts the dragon's head off.
I saw an article. They said that they were caught piping in fake crowd noise for Drew this week.
Oh,
But none for Cena? Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Man, I didn't watch it for a while. Last time I watched it, he was champ and stuff, and now he's feuding with Shanty and Veer.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this guy's really falling off a cliff, but he has a sword. I couldn't believe he pulled a sword out.
I think technically he is feuding with Drew, Jinder Mahal, and those are like his lackeys.
Why is a 7-foot tall guy like a jobber lackey?
Oh.
Isn't that the same thing for like Apollo Crews? He's got that tall lackey.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's
Commander Aziz.
Isn't he protected a little better? I don't think he just gets beat up by one guy, him and another dude. Both these guys are huge with Jinder, and they just lost to one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had a sword. What do you mean?
We didn't. Yeah, that's true, I guess.
He could have killed him.
But then he headbutted him. It was weird. He came after him with the sword, and then he headbutted him instead. I'm like, when you just...
I don't think anybody who's like in an actual fight is going to be like, sword or my head. I'm going to use my head.
Then he's walking around backstage with the sword. It's like, God, so stupid.
I know it's silly, but I kind of do like it. It's a kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Just that he pulls out this huge sword. I'm like, hell yeah, let's get meaty.
He comes to the ring and pulls it out of the stone. Like he's fucking like, pulling out Excalibur. Then they're like, oh, it's Samantha, named after his mom.
He puts the sword in the stone and then he walks to the ring normally. But this time he thought better of it because he knew they would come and try to steal his sword and break it into pieces like they did his other one. So that's the storyline here, Jack. Can you follow?
This is just shit. Every time I watch WWE TV, I'm reminded, I think every once in a while, like, oh, they got the crowd back down. Maybe it's pretty good. I haven't watched it let me check it out. Then I watch it, and it's worse than the last time I watched it.
They need the girl who said Bobby Ashley back because their writing sucks now.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't sucked for the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so bad. Oh God! And then they keep firing people, and they're left with Reggie and Shanty and Veer and Mansoor. And then Ali
been there
was
for
the
a
leader
while
of the group, and now he's like a total idiot. He's just like the job dude. He just gets like beat up.
Ali,
yeah. Talk about friggin' when Cornette says guys look like outlaw mud shows. That's the epitome of Mace and Windu or whatever. Who are they?
Mace Windu. He's in Star.
I mean, good Lord, the names and the face paint is so ghetto.
I feel bad for Divakovic, whatever you want to call him, because I think he doesn't really want to be in this character.
Who could possibly want to be that? Like my dream is to be T-Bar.
Yeah,
now, when you break that group up, wouldn't be like the first thing you say, oh shit, finally, now I'm not going to be in this shit.
And he looks so out of place trying to be like a Road Warriors or whatever they're trying to do.
It just looks like he's got like skid marks on his face.
Yeah, he just looks like
Rikishi's ass or something.
It looks just wrong. Yeah, it's not good.
Why didn't they ever do that after the stink face? They should have had a guy just, not blade themselves, but get like some chocolate and they put on like skid marks.
They stink their face.
Yeah,
they skid mark their face.
Yeah, that would be good.
Would that even
That's
work?
what he looks like. It looks like he's got like shit marks off of it. It's not good face paint.
It's Vince McMahon. What do you expect?
And can you imagine your name was Dakojevac or something, and now you've got a worse name?
Dajakovic.
Well, his name in ROH was
it was just
similar.
Dijak. It was just Dijak. Yeah, but then
Donovan Dijak.
They went the opposite.
Yeah, they made it worse and worse.
Wait, you can't be that. We got to give you two names.
His name just keeps going down the steps. It's just like rock bottom now. You're
good shit, pal.
Come on. I've heard a lot of, I've seen a lot of Road Warrior clones with like some lame like names, but Mason T-Bar is going to be the worst. Mace is, I guess, doesn't. I don't know. Maybe if this was 1985, Mace would be okay. T-Bar would have never been a good name. He needs a big mace to fight the broadsword.
Mm-hmm.
He's got mace. What do you mean?
Does he have mace like this? I mean, like a mace. Like,
He just picks up mace and throws them at him.
yeah, that would be good.
That'd be awesome.
You think the Berserker could ever come back and have a sword fight with Drew?
No.
I saw a video of him recently, and he wasn't looking too good.
Good old Berserker.
Unfortunate bad news. I saw the assassin died today. Jody Hamilton.
Oh no, that sucks.
Nick
Jeez.
Patrick's dad.
Didn't he run Deep South? Jody
He ran
Hamilton.
one of those, for a long
Yeah.
time, and he was before my day, but I remember him being a manager for a little bit in WCW, and I always knew the name, and we saw him at Fan Fest and stuff. People always spoke highly of him.
I used to watch the Jim Crockett promotions, and there was this big feud with Jimmy Valiant and the Assassins, and they shaved his beard off or cut his hair or did both, one of those. And
That happened a lot with it, and boy, he could grow that giant beard back quickly.
yeah,
He lost it a few times. Beard. He was beard before it was cool. Now all these kids have the big ass beards.
Yeah.
That's why Jackson's had the mask on, so you can't see his big ass beard.
Mm-hmm.
ZZ Top over here. Who also passed away.
Yeah. Dusty Hill, he passed away. So I'm glad I saw ZZ Top before he passed on. So I went to a ZZ Top show, and I was just there by myself, and this old lady, I think she was trying to like.
You're the only one there to see him?
No, there was other people there. I just went by myself because nobody seemed to want to go to ZZ Top. But I'm glad I went to it because I got to see him before he passed on. So, but yeah, this older lady was trying to put the moves on me, I think.
Really?
But, yeah, I just kind of pretended like I didn't see her.
You could have just whipped it out.
Yeah.
Think so.
Like Lexarn or
Well, she was there with a kid too, so it was...
Lexar the kid. What the hell?
Yeah.
You just go for the woman.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking like I didn't want to get involved with the lady.
I thought you were into women. Oh, that's only before they give birth.
Jeez. I want to see if Vic can throw like a bullseye. That's what I
At
want.
me?
Look at that. Look at the dartboard.
I want to see Vic just pull out like a broadsword and then slice the dartboard. He's
Could he throw like a broadsword into the bullseye? Could he be like,
I have knives, but they're up in my room. I don't have any swords, I don't think.
Well, here he goes. Let's see it.
It's kind of like I'd like a sword. That would be cool. Any of the Headyverse wants to buy me a sword.
Oh, I think he did it.
That's above it.
It's close on the camera.
What's that, a 20 points?
Whoa. Damn. Vic's pretty good at darts. He did that just right off live. I mean, that was a pretty good throw.
Ninja's impressed.
I'm impressed. That was pretty damn close from what it looked like on the camera.
Well, this has been my office the last 16 months. So when I get frustrated, I get up and I throw darts. So.
Did you put like a picture of Venture on it and then just
come on?
I bet if you turn the camera on, Intra's got one of me.
I do have. I've got. This is last year.
Without your head, this is a calendar we did a couple years ago with D&D monsters. That is the Mind Flayer right there.
Oh, excellent.
Hopefully, we'll see one in
I don't
2022.
think I can call. I was going to do one this year, but COVID, I didn't think I'd be able to send it out. But yeah, we hope to have a Without Your Head calendar this year. There was plans to do a Guys and Fries calendar, seriously, but without doing the convention, it's a little hard for me to get the pictures of old men and potatoes. Made me sound weird.
Doesn't sound like a calendar I want to buy.
Yeah, but you're not
in potatoes.
Yeah, but be like John Dugan and stuff, Grandpa from
Uh-huh.
Chainsaw Massacre.
You mean Hacksaw John Dugan, right?
That's Jim Duke. Yeah, everyone kept telling me when I did Texas Chainsaw Massacre reunion panel, and a sad story. It's bittersweet. It's a really cool experience for me, but it was also the last time that Gunnar Hansen, John Dugan, and Marilyn Burns were all together at the same time, because after that, Gunnar and Marilyn both passed away. But everyone kept saying, because they knew I was the wrestling guy, and they're like, "Don't call him Hacksaw Jim Duggan." I was like, "Yeah," and so I actually called him Hacksaw Jim Duggan by accident. And John was like, "You're Neil. It's not. It's your."
They put it in your head. If they hadn't have said it, you probably wouldn't have done it.
Exactly.
They jinxed you basically.
I didn't call him Hacksaw, but he called him Jim.
You called him Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Did he look at you and go, "Ho"?
Yes.
Tough guy.
He tried to tell me how to say his last name, because he said it's not. People call it Dugan or Duggan. But how he told me how to say it. It's like, if you're coming, it's like, ugh. So I was like, John Duggan is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
How he explains it.
That's like a Tommy Dreamer reference or something. Like when he's like, you get to the end of the match and it's just like you're about to, and it's like,
Duggan. Yeah.
Jeez, Tommy, could you think of something better to describe your wrestling event? I mean,
Tommy Dreamer would have been better than Nick Gage.
Oh yeah, well,
but I don't know if people would ever boo Tommy Dreamer at this point. He never used. Well, he probably might have, but I don't remember him using a pizza cutter. He should, though. He's Italian.
Could have been a three-way. I mean,
could be. Maybe he thought it was offensive to use a pizza cutter because against his Italian heritage. A man who loved the death match is right here, Stephen Boutelaire. He was praising it all over the internet.
Want to know something? I hated that match. I thought it was the worst main event in the history of AEW Dynamite.
what?
Just hated it.
Look at the shine on that. I think that would just obliterate any of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I thoroughly enjoyed Jim Cornette just obliterating that match on his show this week.
What does he know?
I mean, be honest. I've seen Kevin Sullivan carve up guys on old Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
I saw Abdullah the Butcher. What was it? He attacked Roddy Piper. Had Abdullah the Butcher attack Wahoo McDaniel, and he took a foreign object into Wahoo's eyes, and they showed it on television. Blood streaming down Wahoo McDaniel's face, and it just looked disgusting.
And you were scarred ever since.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it was the worst main event. I do think he's the worst wrestler. Kick out the spectacle of
a worse main event than that in AEW. Then I can.
I might have to have a list of all the main events, but I remember some matches I didn't like. Just for me, the spectacle of it, like, at least made it entertaining on some weird level to me. But I'm not going to disagree with anybody who's because technically, like, he's a terrible wrestler, but just seeing this total madness on the show, and I did not expect it. I got some enjoyment out of that. I think Renee Mercedes put it best. Like, he thought it was both dog shit and also awesome. So there was part of me who was just kind of fascinated by like how extreme it got. I didn't expect them to do like really insane stuff.
No, but that's deathmatch wrestling in a nutshell. It's both the shittiest thing you'll ever see and the most awesome.
Right. Yeah, and especially on you don't see it on TV on wrestling anymore. You just saw it one time. It was like, wow, this is really like crazy. So it worked. It worked for me. I mean, the guy, I was just really shocked how bad Nick Gage was before they start going into the insanity. But
yeah.
Songman, did you see that match?
I was fine with that. I had no problem with it.
Yeah, that's the kind of I've seen Songman in person. That's how he fights. He's out in the streets of Rhode Island.
You can bet your life on that. I wonder how it is in Canada like that, Stephen, if it would be that brutal.
They don't believe in violence up in Canada. They don't even lock the doors. They don't sell pizza cutters. They're banned.
Oh, man.
Pizza cutters are banned?
What a horrible place to live.
Oh, my goodness.
Didn't that come after the commercial after that was shown?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe it was just my local ad or something because I took a picture. Then it was funny to find out it was everywhere. It honestly did make me laugh that popped up.
I really wanted to get a Domino's like shirt for tonight, but I didn't know where to buy one. Like, would they, if I walked into Domino's and asked them for like a shirt, would they sell one to me?
Probably. Do they sell merchandise? Like my local places sell merchandise.
I don't know if Domino's does. I've seen other places sell shirts and stuff. Ooh,
oh, shout out to my
he's got a pizza.
Yeah, he came prepared.
It's empty. I ate it yesterday, but yeah.
I've got this.
What's he doing? Yeah, I thought he said take his pants off. Or something.
Oh, I've got this.
Like I got a sausage for that pizza. Where'd he go? Did he just leave? He's like, I don't know. Oh, he couldn't have because he doesn't leave the room. What is that?
Pizza box.
Does that have everything you've ever owned in the room? You just have an old pizza box from like 1982?
Pac-Man Pizza Hut box. That cost them $300.
So that's the competitor, Pizza Hut. Play some Pac-Man there.
What is that?
It's a Pizza Hut box.
But it's like kept that for like 30 years.
No, it was just released recently. Like if you scan this with your phone, you can like play Pac-Man on it.
Oh, sweet.
Like it that looks like Lucy, that cat you got there, Vic.
I Love Lucy?
No, my cat Lucy.
Oh,
if she comes down, I'll show him.
Him?
Show my cat Lucy to Vic.
Okay, I just thought it was weird you had a boy cat named Lucy. Well, I shouldn't say that in this time anymore.
Yep, cats can be whatever gender they want to be.
Very coincidental. This is Brucey, and your cat is Lucy. So.
I think they should get
Brucey
together.
and Lucy. Yeah, I wonder if she's down here. They might not like. She's been messing up upstairs. She's been going to the bathroom in bad spots, so they make her come downstairs. So
she can poop on you.
Basically, yeah. We have the wee pads down here where she'll go.
That's because of you, because you won't leave the room, so you gotta just pee on the floor.
Telling all my secrets.
I'm sorry. A shout out to the Greek Caffeina Cafe of Sandwich, a new Greek coffee shop. Mm-hmm. Amazing coffee. And today, so I went in there and I don't eat sweets myself, but so I got myself a black coffee and I got a baklava and vanilla mousse for my mom. And I was like, my only concern is, I don't know. Well, first of all, it was like $8. He's like, but for you for $5. I was like, well, hell yeah. And then I was like, but my concern is I'm going on my walk. I still got like 5 miles to go. I don't know how I'm going to get it home without ruining it. And she said, take this. And she gave me a free travel cooler to carry this mousse around. I was like, that's pretty amazing. So I'm giving them a shout out. They're not paying me. I'm giving them a shout out here on In Your Head. In case you're ever in Sandwich, Massachusetts, go to the Greek Caffeina Cafe of Sandwich.
Hell yeah.
Baklava is good stuff.
It is good. I stole a bite. It was very good. So there you go. Shop local. Support local business.
Mm-hmm.
All right, intro. What? Anything else on your mind, Steven? I know you said like one sentence, but how about this Raw? I saw a little bit of it. I thought it was horrible what I saw.
So once again,
you're loving. You're throwing
they
baby.
They tried to make Nikki Cross
Nikki
again.
He sucks. So they had
Nikki
Charlotte's out there cutting a promo, the heel, and then the supposed superhero babyface runs in from behind and hits her with a chair.
Yep.
This is not good guy behavior, and the crowd actually booed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she's supposed to be like super over, but they were booing her.
Did you see the spot where like
Not
she
this is something, this is like one step from robbing the bank.
It was like the promotion to the match, and like they're like, next up, Nikki Ash. What will she say to Charlotte? And she was just like running back and forth in a very short line.
Yeah, I know
like,
that. It was like she's doing like her where she every wrestler there does like some type of like like Randy Orton does this. Everyone does
Mhm.
like their one little thing. And so her little thing is this little movement she does, like you said, run a little bit. But then like she has to do it for like 30 seconds. So it only takes 2 seconds. So she just kept doing it over and over. And she just
Yeah.
looked like an imbecile.
It looked pretty dumb. Pretty dumb.
Priest thing, Damian Priest thing is he pretends to shoot an invisible arrow up into the air that lights up his name on the Titantron. And I thought, God, he looks like an idiot.
It is pretty silly looking, like especially if the thing doesn't light up after he does it. But
And he doesn't have the bow. The other guy's got a broadsword. Can't they make a bow for this man?
you would think, yeah,
Get the invisible bow.
make him a whole Robin Hood outfit too. Make him wear be like men in tights.
That's
Don't
what
tell
we
me
need.
you love that movie too, and sure.
Love it.
And there was one thing about Raw, like I want to get.
Why are you pizza
take on
cuttering?
You deserve it.
Oh,
Are you at all pumped anymore, Steven, about what we're about to see in a couple of weeks?
I am pumped to be
for the-
here and Shanky.
Are we gonna be too excited about Karrion Kross and Joe now after what we yet again saw last night?
Did he lose again?
Yes.
Yep.
I wasn't watching.
no, Karrion Kross
booking.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess they're trading back, losses because I guess everybody was kind of upset that Keith Lee
Yeah, but
lost.
come on, like Jesus, this guy wasn't he undefeated? The undefeated NXT champ, and then he just comes up to the show and he loses 2 out of 3
Yeah.
matches. So now
Well,
imagine
I
if
bet
Goldberg, his loss was just to some guy in 2 minutes, like he lost to like Brad Armstrong in 2 minutes. And
Yeah, he hasn't got his win back from Jeff Hardy. So he needs
He'll
to
never
his-
get it back.
Jeff Hardy's refusing to
it
even go to
wouldn't
the
even
ring.
matter if he beat him now. He already lost once. I mean, you only have one first time loss.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you build the guy up before he loses?
I don't know. Because he's an NXT guy, and Vince
He's not
says,
just an
screw
NXT guy, he's the
this
NXT champion.
guy.
That doesn't matter anymore. It's
I know.
Once you're on Vince's playground, he's going to screw you over because he doesn't care about NXT.
Well, Keith Lee was a former NXT champion.
Mhm.
So
That's
But he's
true.
just a job
I
guy
don't think
now.
that's as bad as losing to Jeff Hardy.
The way it's a worse, hasn't he come off like 3 straight losses, and now all of a sudden this is the one guy, Keith Lee finally gets a win, and it's over the NXT champ after he just got beat by everybody else.
Mhm.
This is just some terrible booking. I don't think you can make any excuse for this stuff.
No.
It's not building up anybody, that's for sure.
No, it just makes everyone a bunch of J-Brones, interchangeable J-Brones.
Mhm, mhm.
They need to build up Veer.
Why are you so big on Veer? This is
It's
like-
the worst name I've ever heard. A guy named Veer.
he's like my ZZ to you. You're like so big on Veer.
Well, I'm just kind of making fun of the name Veer, but
No, you love
I honestly think like he
Jack's
just
got the love for Veer. Does he have the same for Jackie Jones?
Oh, man, this is why you're not the singer of the show. Didn't even rhyme.
He's got the love for Veer.
Beer. I don't even drink.
Veer. It's,
Oh, Veer.
That's your pet name for him, Jack. You know it. It's either Veer or Shanky. That's all you've talked about most of the show.
Well, it take it up the rear.
Oh my goodness, he's going
Yeah,
there.
I'm just showing you how to work in the comedy gold into the equation here.
I think you're just projecting your fantasies, is what you're doing.
Who's the guy? Shanty?
Yeah,
Is it Shanty or Shanky?
you want Veer in the shanty, is what you're wanting.
Fucking these names are the shits.
Okay, now wait a minute. They do have a girl on the show named Dewdrop. So
I know. I saw her for the first time too.
did you?
I
Yeah.
wasn't impressed.
Oh, I felt bad for Natalia. They showed that footage where she got hurt. That looked bad.
This
He
was
was
another.
falling right on her
So
leg.
in addition to Ali and Mansoor versus
Monsieur.
T-Bone and
Monsieur.
Windu was Drew Dewdrop versus Tamina, and I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that's on the show.
Do they not know how to make
Who
names
in their
anymore?
right mind would be like, I really need to see Tamina versus Dewdrop?
Are they out of all the like Hulk, The Rock? Are they out of all those names? They're just like, you're Dewdrop.
If this is what you're on the show, you got to rethink. Like, should we really fire anybody?
Yeah.
You should probably keep some people that people might want to see.
The Animal, Batista,
They just
Dewdrop.
pick the names out of a tumbler now. They just go, "Yep, you're Starsky now."
Good lord!
So it's like all the
Honestly, I
bad
think
names they're trying to give Steve
they're
Austin.
big, impressive dudes, but they've got these terrible names and they got beat by one guy.
You are Dagger McFreeze.
At least that's two.
That's two names. You need one.
Oh.
Just McFreeze.
Well, you're Dagger and your partner is McFreeze.
There you go.
Dagger and Freezy. That would have, if they would have brought in the Hollywood Blondes, they would have renamed them Dagger and Freezy.
Mhm. It's like Johnny Drip Drip. I mean, he knows his name's stupid.
I'll be honest. I did see that segment, and it's not. I can't say it's good, but Miz and Morrison's delivery, they make really terrible stuff work, and they're entertaining no matter what they're doing. I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very reminiscent of New Day to me because they're out there like just making all like really like vulgar references to everyone getting wet and stuff, and I think all that stuff just McMahon probably doesn't understand what they're saying, and they're just getting away with like how they used to just talk about assholes all the time.
He's just having a big belly laugh. Oh, these guys are hilarious.
It made me laugh. I can't say it's like actually good, but like their delivery's good and stuff. They're entertaining. Honestly, I think they should be main event guys, but they're pretty much the same level forever. I think no one ever moves up or anything. Whenever I watch a show, they're all kind of, and they've all been there. Either they're brand new guys like Veer and stuff, or they've been there for like 20 years.
Like, could you imagine if Miz jumped ship to AEW? He would be like a legitimate heel over there. But I think he could thrive in that situation, though. Like, I think he'd kind of get like the Matt Cardona winning the belt at GCW or whatever kind of heat.
It's probably a little late for Morrison, but a few years ago, I think if Morrison went there, he could have really recreated himself as because he could work the style that those guys work.
I thought he was great in Lucha Underground. I thought he really had like a hell of a character in Lucha Underground, but he went to WWE for whatever reason. I guess he had to make some money, I guess.
Well, yeah, AEW wasn't around. There was a limited, places you could go.
The money. It's always the money.
Yeah. Right now, there's places you could go and make decent money, but at the time, there was pretty much just that.
Yep.
And he's getting older, so he's not that old, but probably be the end of his career. It was weird, like when they fired Bray, and they said he's been there for 12 years, and I'm like, 12 years? That's like longer than some of the guys like we grew up watching were around.
Yeah,
man was around for like 6 years, and like this guy's been around twice as long, and was just now being like used to something.
So let's go around the clock. Does AEW pick Bray up? Yes or no? Jackie Jones.
I'm gonna say they don't.
Steven?
I agree. They don't pick him up.
No.
Jonathan?
Nah, they probably shouldn't pick him up, really.
Vic?
I think they're going to pick him up.
Songman?
I don't think so.
I think I'm agreeing with Vic. I think they will pick him up because I think they think like everybody's saying they can't hire everybody, which I said earlier in the show. I think Tony Khan's going to be like showing how big set of balls he's got, and he's going to be like, "I'm going to hire."
What do you do with him? Is he the new leader of the Dark Order?
That would be a perfect spot for him, I think. But you would have to take the Dark Order away from Adam Page, so maybe he could feud with Adam Page to get Adam Page out of the Dark Order.
Adam Page, I shouldn't be with it's fine for a little angle, but he shouldn't stick with the Dark Order.
Which they did have like a joke kind of entrance this week where that
was entertaining.
as the
I'm not the
Cowboys.
guy who hates the Dark Order like a lot of
Yeah.
people.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny. And then they had the Young Bucks coming out with Kenny Omega doing the whole basketball thing.
Yeah, the Space Jam thing. I
Yeah.
liked it. I thought it was funny. But I was shocked that that Adam Page lost that and he's not getting the title shot because I thought for sure it'd be Adam Page. I don't know who gets the title shot now. Some people are saying it was Christian, and I'm like, good Lord, maybe it will be Nick Gage and Kenny Omega. I would probably rather see that than Christian versus Nick Gage, to be honest.
I'd pay to see Nick Gage cut up Omega.
It would be I would be interested in it. Every time now someone gets fired, I just keep thinking, why did you sign Christian? Like any of these guys would be more beneficial than Christian to your show.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I just haven't seen anything out of Christian to really be worth the money in AEW so far. I mean,
well, the question is, could they outwork Christian?
Yeah.
Well, actually, probably Bray Wyatt can't. He's not a good worker, but
So
he does like no matter what I think of Bray Wyatt personally as a fan, he does have a big following, and he's sells a lot of merchandise and stuff. So
he's
but,
got
like,
the WWE stank on him though. Like if he goes to AEW, people will just be saying like follow the buzzards, and what if they try to make him like a different character? Like
yeah, that's the thing, because they can't call him the Fiend. I mean, he's gonna have to create some variant of that or something totally
dark
different.
guy there, Aleister Black, who I think has been really showing a lot in AEW. He's got
Malachi Black.
I think he's been showing more than he did in WWE. Like he has me interested. He comes off.
Well, I'm definitely interested in the feud he's got going with Cody. I think that's probably the most into him I've ever been. So.
Yeah, I really think Bray would be kind of the same character, really. And like Jonathan said, people really associated Bray with WWE, and I know Black was in WWE, but I don't think people really associate him with WWE. He's more of a guy that people think wasn't used very well in WWE and wasn't there that long.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between those two things. A guy that people really just think that's a WWE guy, like that's what it's a negative with Braun Strowman, and then a guy like Rusev, who even was there longer, but people think this is a guy that wasn't used well in WWE.
So what
They were good in ECW about doing that, bringing guys that people thought were misused. But go on, Steve.
I was just gonna ask, like, okay, suppose he goes to AEW or Impact or wherever he goes somewhere. Does he bring back the guy who carries the lantern? Does he bring back Sweater Bray?
Yeah, I don't know if. Well, I definitely hope not. I don't like that stuff. I like the old school with the lantern and stuff, but I don't think you could probably do any of that and not get sued. He probably. I mean, honestly, he's a creator. He could probably create some new character, but it's still going to be like in that realm of like the dark guy, and they have a lot of that kind of stuff already.
He could probably go crazy like Kevin Sullivan kind of route, like devil worshiping or something like that. I don't know. Something kind of along those lines, like maybe not go full on devil worshiping or anything, but like
I don't have the correct answer for this, but if he does have the mental health issues, like it's hard. I mean, you can't fault him for that, but it also makes him hard to use on a big level, because what if he just decides he can't take it right now and he leaves while you have him as champ or in a big angle? I don't know what you do. Maybe he would do better in that environment because people say it's people get along better, but I don't know.
But a lot of the AEW people they've been building, they're definitely going to get pushed back, I think, a little bit.
Oh yeah, because you have so many
people. Hire all these people,
unless you make Rampage and Dynamite like really like two different programs where you don't have the same people pushed on both.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. You just had to put some work in.
I don't know if I want to see that though. I prefer seeing people being pushed on. Like if I'm into somebody, I would like to see Roman on Raw.
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think you really get burnt out on people if you see them. Even every week, but
if they're good, I mean, they're always good. I mean, like Stone Cold was always good on Heat and Raw. I mean,
I disagree. I like this. I think anytime you add more shows, you just water down everybody, and then you burn through them way quicker. If you have the two programs, I'm not saying keep them like these are two different programs, but I would try to push people. I would try to spread out your guys so you're not oversaturating people.
Yeah, I don't want to see it like this is a brand extension and people.
Yeah, I
from this
wouldn't do
show
that,
can't
but
go
I
to
would
this show.
try to use it as so you can see more guys.
Yeah,
Showcase them on that show.
They tried that. Remember when the champion on WWE, the champions could go on both shows, and then you'd see like Triple H on Raw and SmackDown as one champion. They tried that for a little while, and then they went back to each show has its own champion.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
So. Yeah, I don't want to see 2 world titles or anything though.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to see.
Yeah, the team. I think the best way would be. I always thought IC in US and then 1 world title. In AEW, if you could have the TNT title and maybe the TBS title, those are defended on both shows on their shows. Every week, and then you have the world title, which is defended. Mostly on pay-per-views.
I mean, you can kind of like the TNT champions on Rampage and the world champions on Dynamite, and then switch them. Or
I wouldn't do that. I'd have the world champion as the champion of all the whole program.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like to keep them fresh, you could switch them from one show to another. Not
I wouldn't do that. I would have the TNT championship just on TNT, and the have like a TBS champion on the other one, and then have the world champion is whoever the world champion is.
Mm-hmm.
AEW does have a pretty big roster though.
Yeah, so you can because a lot of guys we don't see every week as is. So with 2 programs, like even Rusev, who I love, I don't see every week. It's one of my favorite guys. So some of the guys you don't see every week, you can see every week, and guys like Darby Allin stuff you see every week. I think if you'd see him twice a week, it'd be almost too much. So in theory, you'll be able to see some of the guys more often. I would keep some of the guys that aren't really ready for TV off TV until they are ready.
I want to see him hire Songman so he can sing some people out to the ring. So he could be like singing a song for Bray Wyatt or singing a song for CM Punk or
is your
Kenny
girl's
Omega.
husband going to come in? Because his contract expired apparently. Adam Cole, he's been working like for a month without a contract. Do you think he's going to come to AEW?
I was just going to bring him up on that. That's what I'm kind of curious with everything. I know he's on real good terms with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, but
but what good is that if the guy who owns the company hates the part where you work, place where you work? Yeah, but I think he'd probably get comparable money or even more money in AEW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can wait until he dies, or you can go to the other company. I mean, that's your only options, really. I think.
I mean, honestly, he'd fit in. He fits in, I don't think he fits in on Raw and SmackDown. So he'd probably fit in better on AEW, or if they kept NXT like important. But I don't think that's.
I think if he's smart, he'll probably get around Britt. I mean,
yeah.
keep
Plus,
an eye on her.
Working around with your wife and stuff, and
keep an eye on her.
Shivani, he's gonna be stealing her.
Exactly, Shivani. He's gonna be like.
No, Sting is there, so he'll let him know.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Sting would rat him out.
Yep.
Hey, man.
Sting is keeping everybody honest.
He gets Adam Cole's number and everything. And
what happened to Vic?
Vic's frozen.
The Blob got him or something.
Oh, the pizza cutter got him.
If I knew where my big pizza cutter was, I'd go get it and show everybody. I know everyone would be very excited.
I can go get a pizza cutter. That one I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't mean a little one. I mean a big ass one.
Yeah, I'm very curious. By the way,
you got the big pizza cutter. I see.
Yeah, right here.
No, you don't have a pizza cutter. What are you talking about?
Well, I do need a drink. I'm out of a drink.
He's out of drink.
So I'm gonna go get a drink and see if I can see a pizza cutter quick. So me and Jackson can be the pizza cutter gang. So
oh my goodness.
Can you talk with these fine fellows here, ain't you?
Certainly. Song man, what were you saying, my man?
Do you have a feeling that I don't know if it's going to necessarily work because of the friendship a couple of years ago ended? Do you think Ric Flair is going to get this opportunity at AEW? I don't really.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they let go of Ric Flair from his WWE contract. Do you think he could possibly end up in AEW. There's another guy. Is WWE trying to bankrupt AEW by releasing all these stars? So they shell out all this money to bring them in, and then they're out of money.
Well, unless someone has $1 billion contract, I don't think so.
Yeah. And Ric Flair, I could see him working in AEW. I think he would do good. I mean, Conrad's in good with him and everything. So I had a thought while watching Raw that like Charlotte, she's kind of using some off language with some of her stuff that she's been doing on the show. I was kind of thinking, is she a little disgusted with WWE at this point because she's flipping the fans off and everything else? And is she wanting to go to AEW was one of the things I was thinking.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
That was what I was trying to make a point about when Jack was criticizing Nikki for smashing someone with a chair. Remember back in Stone Cold, he was a baby face, but he'd be attacking people with chairs and flipping the bird and all of that. So like, I thought, well, maybe they're just telling Nikki basically to do this kind of stuff. These kind of Stone Cold things. It's maybe working for Charlotte, but it's not working for Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki, it doesn't seem to work so much because she's kind of more of a traditional kind of baby face, I guess, or like the underdog kind of baby face. So it is really out of character for her to do it.
Well, they never established that. Like, who was Nikki Ash really feuding with before she won Money in the Bank?
I guess they kind of had some matches in between her and Rhea Ripley, wasn't there? Where like they were taking her on in like some timed matches where they had to beat the clock if they beat Nikki in this amount of time. She was kind of worked into that angle. You remember that, Steven?
Yeah, originally it was a feud between Rhea and Charlotte. Nikki was just kind of a supporting character to that.
Yeah.
And then they just decided to give her the briefcase and push her.
Well, yeah, but still, was she a babyface in those matches or a heel?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
she was kind of considered the babyface, I think. But like, she was kind of like the afterthought because like nobody expected her to be anything. So, which I guess that should make you more surprised that she won Money in the Bank. Oh, there's a tuxedo kitty almost. He's more white than the black on his head though. So
he's got the headband going.
Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering what the storyline is, like almost a superhero, and I don't even think this is gonna necessarily work if they're gonna do as I figure they're gonna do until we hit SummerSlam. If this is even gonna turn into a good match after what we saw. Like
the three-way match with Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Ash.
Yep. I don't know if this is gonna work because I'm still seeing matches getting lead up to this when it's not gonna mean anything after what we saw last night.
It doesn't get me too excited. I'm not a very big fan of Nikki Ash. I think it's probably one of the worst characters we've seen in a long time. Honestly, I think it just feels very stupid. But I mean, I know we've seen some pretty dumb characters, but I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. Well, let me just put it like this: when you remember back in the old school, they had a lot of different characters. I'll just bring up like Brian Adams, for example. You remember his gimmick got changed a lot, and this character we saw get changed when she got called up. And say, what did they do with her? And then look at her now. They changed her. I did not see this expecting when they dropped the freaky character from NXT, and now look what she is.
Yeah, they switched her really fast into the superhero because even when she was doing those time trial matches, she wasn't Nikki Ash yet. So.
Yeah.
You're like seeing my baby.
Oh, yeah.
We almost lost him this weekend. He had to go to the emergency vet, but he's doing better.
Wow.
What was it? Was he just feeling ill or?
Yeah.
He has an abscess.
I don't know if you can see. He has an abscess.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Wow.
Does it fill up with pus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of my cats had that when I was younger, and I remember seeing it, but What exactly is that? Is it just like an infected hair or something? Or
Are other cats who get it, they fight and they bite each other, and a cat's mouth is full of germs, and
yeah.
it gets pretty. I mean, and it's disgusting because we've drained them before, and it stinks. But
oh, there's the Stevens cat. Siamese cat.
Siamese, if you please.
Meow. There was like where I worked, there was like a stray Siamese cat for a little bit, and I was like, that is not going to be here long because I mean somebody's going to grab that cat because those are pretty desirable cats. It must have got lost or something. I don't know, but it wasn't there for very long. Are you guys excited for the SummerSlam? Why are they doing it on Saturday and not Sunday? I don't understand that. It's on Saturday, the 21st.
Well, is NXT TakeOver going to be on Sunday? Is that how they're going to work it?
That's weird.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on the 21st. And what day is the NXT going to be on? So maybe it's the 22nd.
Maybe that's the only day John Cena can work.
I've thought about that. I really did. I was like, did John Cena make him change the show?
Oh, let me just do a little.
I did find that strange. So I'm not excited. I mean, Lashley and Goldberg, I mean, that really doesn't do a whole lot for me. I mean,
Reigns and Cena doesn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, and I want to say something about that. I thought that was on Smackdown. That was the stupidest way to set up a match that I've seen in a long time.
Where they had Finn Balor come out to sign the contract.
Bait and switch.
I liked Roman Reigns playing with Finn Balor. He was like, he's saying he's better than you. I thought that was funny.
Wait, what happened?
Finn Balor come out to sign the contract for SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns was kind of playing like saying that John Cena was saying like he was better than him and stuff. But as Finn Balor was about to sign the contract, Baron Corbin runs in and starts beating up on Finn Balor and takes him outside of the ring, and you know they're having a whole smodge there. And then John Cena comes in to and he grabs the contract and he signs it, so he's going to be in the match for the SummerSlam.
So he stole his match.
So the contract already had Finn Balor's name on it, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to put my signature in.
And they mentioned that Paul Heyman had a segment with Adam Pearce after the commercial break, and he said Finn Balor's name's on that contract. And Adam Pearce was like, well, I think this is all good and in order, and it's going to be John Cena versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. So that was the whole setup to it.
I think. Well, go ahead.
I thought that whole episode of SmackDown was one of the worst SmackDowns they've had in a while. I mean, they put on all those good SmackDowns during the pandemic, and they're back in front of a live audience, and this just stunk.
Yeah.
I think it's like Jack said when he's like, it's so stupid that superstars can just say dibs, and then they got the title. It's basically just John Cena. I'm just gonna sign here.
It's like, how's Finn Balor gonna treat John Cena after this? He should be pissed that he took a spot in the match. You know, he shouldn't be happy unless they make it into a 3-way, which I kind of doubt they're going to do that. Honestly,
nah, he's probably gonna have a match.
Got one 3-way on the card.
Yeah, with Nikki Ash and Charlotte,
and you're right.
Rhea Ripley.
You're right about the dates. TakeOver is on the Sunday.
It's on Sunday.
Yeah.
I wonder why they switched it. They never do pay-per-views on Saturday, you know, and this is SummerSlam.
Probably Vince. He's probably like, yeah, let's see if they're actually better. Let's put them on Saturday and, you know.
Yeah.
Looking forward more to that main event of Cross versus Joe. I'd rather see that than Goldberg versus Lashley or Cena versus Reigns.
Yeah.
How's Joe been since he's come back? Has he had a match yet, or is this going to be his return match at SummerSlam at the NXT?
Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'd like to see him do good in it and everything. So hopefully, him and Cross have a pretty good match, or Carrie and Cross. Yeah. That's his name.
I guess at SummerSlam now you're going to get to see Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair again.
That was pretty silly, I would say. Well, I think the way that they had them like teaming up on SmackDown, like they were feuding at WrestleMania, you know? How are they friends now, you know?
Yeah.
And then she turned on her, and I was like, I knew that was coming. I mean,
Yeah.
This classic Sasha Banks. She always turns.
But
Exactly.
they did it all in the same show. It's like if you're gonna have Sasha turn on Bianca, kind of expect she's gonna do it. At least drag it out until SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're in a big rush for something. I'm not too sure what, but it seems like they're hot-shotting a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did SummerSlam sneak up on them, or did they want the live reaction? So they only had like a few weeks to really build it.
Yeah.
Like, did they want the live fans? Because they were in the Thunderdome until recently. So maybe that's why. Because like if I was WWE, I would consider that Thunderdome footage like garbage. You're never going to use it again. I mean, only if it's like a special show where you're just like, yeah, there was this dark time where there was like the Thunderdome, you know.
Nah, they should mix it in the crowds, just like half monitors and half live people.
I would not use that footage.
They can turn up the volume for Cena as loud as they want, or Drew, or whoever. So yeah.
Uh-oh.
I could not find the one I was
goodness.
looking for, but I did find, you know.
Hell yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now you know the power of Nick Gage.
What is it? Death, murder, kill? Or...
Murder, death, kill. You know
murder,
what it
death,
was.
kill.
I also found this. I was looking for this one other day.
Oh, you got your branding iron.
Yeah, it's in your head branding iron.
Can you like blow torch it right now and get it all red hot for the show?
Only if your ass is right here.
Well, no, my ass isn't going to be right there. Good Lord.
Why not? Always ruining my. Wouldn't that be cool if next time we're at a convention, if I would just brand you?
No, that would not be cool. It would be the complete opposite. It would be really hot.
I know it would be hot. Your ass there exposed.
Oh, you said it. You said my ass was hot. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
I think
Jack's
that'd be
trying to get me to go to the public.
What if we branded all the
movie?
Headyverse? We all got matching brands.
Song man, you don't want a brand, do you?
No.
Yeah, see, he doesn't want it.
I think we could talk him into it.
Yeah. Well, there was one thing I wanted to bring up. What are your thoughts what they're doing with Baron Corbin?
Oh, this is the most entertaining Baron Corbin's ever been, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It is entertaining.
I definitely laughed at that Simmons. Make me a stunt man or something. Put me in one of your movies. I just thought.
Yeah, he came up and he was like asking John Cena for money on SmackDown, and he was wanting to be in like a new Fast and Furious, or no, it was the new Suicide Squad movie. And he was like, "We done filmed that."
That's what that will do, right to your ass incher.
IYH.
Burn that right in. But I heard
I'm
when I was
good.
leaving, you guys were talking about Ric Flair, and that's crazy. Ric Flair's gone. I would love to see one more time Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard together. Throw JJ in there.
Like, do you see AEW hiring him now?
Yeah. I think so. I don't think he would have asked for his release if he didn't think he was going to go. I think they tried to sign him a few years ago when WWE gave him the Legends contract.
Oh yeah. So
I would actually be surprised if we don't see him there. I mean, maybe he won't be there for like long term every week, but I'd actually be surprised if we don't see him in AEW.
He was supposed to present that belt, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah, the one that
TNT belt, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
then Bret Hart showed up and he debuted it. So
yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, what are your thoughts on Haku? That was a big moment for me seeing him.
Haku.
He's not moving too well, but it's very cool to see him out there. Yep. The Tongan death grip. I remember I did that tincture one time. But
I was like, "What are you tickling me? What are you doing?"
Well, I didn't want to kill you. All right. So, anything else about the wrestling before we get to the questions?
Do you think Charlotte could want to defect to AEW? Her boyfriend's there already.
Maybe.
I think she's a little upset with WWE.
They're trying to keep her happy, I think. I like this now. Look, you can't even see my
eye. Like, you fire her boyfriend, but you try to keep her. Well, he asked for his release, though, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't like to use those kind of people.
I think I know what you're saying, but I don't want to ask for any clearance here.
I mean, their track record is not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
And Ray. That's about it.
Well, Ray is like the biggest superstar, but they keep him in just like a complete joke most of the time. They do that with a lot of people, though. Yeah. They just don't know how to push people, it seems like.
Boy, I saw Goldberg too. He wasn't looking very good, but his son looked impressive.
What's the deal with his son? He was just a little kid last time we seen him. Now he's like a man. What happened? We're not that old already, are we? That was only a year ago.
No, I think it was 4 years ago, but
it was 4 years ago.
No, that time is weird.
Even did I fall asleep and not notice that 4 years have passed? I didn't realize Goldberg's kid was this big.
He had him on the
show, and he was taking his shirt off, and he was trying to make him flex, and he was just a little pipsqueak, and now he's like this big man.
Why? Because people like you were shaming him, saying like this little fat bitch.
And then he called him a fat bitch.
And now he's like, oh, what the fuck? I can't believe that asshole. He was like, Daddy, what does that mean, man, on the internet calling me a little fat bitch? And he's like, well, son, I think there's only the best way to deal with a bully, the OI bully, is to prove him wrong. And so he started hitting the weights.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a picture inch up on the wall, and he had he emailed Al Oob, and Al Oob pinpointed the point where you called him a fat little bitch. And he just played it over and over, listening to it.
Eating his biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Jack, you're reminding me of the villain from Police Academy 5 right now. You're like the mysterious man in the shadow. You're like, we can't see your face. You just look like this.
My ears have gotten big since I've lost weight. I've noticed.
Your ears have gotten big?
Yeah. In my nose.
Did you elongate them? Like, did you stretch them out like Jeff Hardy?
I think they just stick out more since I've lost weight. That in my nose and my cock.
Jiminy Christmas. Why do you have to go there? No, pizza cutter for the cock. Oh, jeez.
That was 3 years.
I like the noise that makes.
That was 3. Like, how'd he grow that much in 3 years?
Growth spurt.
My penis? Oh, you meant his son.
I'm not looking at your penis. I've never seen it. I don't want to.
I know, because you're facing the other direction.
Oh, whatever.
So Goldberg joined the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018.
3 years ago, bitch.
Jeez, 3 years ago. That kid's on something. There's no way he grew that much.
Iron. That's why JJ's all pumped too, because I saw he was eating the biscuits and gravy on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Biscuits and gravy.
Make
me a man. All biscuits and gravy. Won't make me all that I am. Ain't no ham and egg. Something you always been. It's a good tune.
It is. It is.
You think the Good Brothers should bring that back?
No. Well, for one, it's not even the Gordy or whatever. What was the other guy's name?
Jesse.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know what happened to him.
He disappeared.
Terry Gordy's kid.
Yeah.
Jesse and Festus.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone. He's totally missing.
He was pretty shit though. Remember, he was like a I don't know if I'm allowed to say the term, but he was like a white like gang guy on the show on TV for a while.
Oh yeah, they did do that. I forgot all about that. Still a better gimmick than Nikki Ash.
Yeah, and Charlotte kept calling her Nikki ASH.
Yeah, that's like her initials, I guess.
I know, but like I don't understand who thinks this is a good name.
Apparently she came up with it herself. So
yeah, I know this is what the internet yells at me about. Like, it's fucking awesome because she came up with it herself.
It's not awesome because she came up with it. No. Sorry, internet. You are wrong.
Fucking internet.
Internet wrong. 1-inch biceps, 100% right.
I think this internet's just a fad.
Yeah, it's made by Al Gore, anyways.
I think it says made by Lube.
No.
All right. You got some questions here from the Headyverse from the one and only the bitch. Lexar needs a man up. Himself on.
Man up, boy.
Man up. I hate to steal JJ's.
He needs some biscuits and gravy.
That's all right. It's the universal thing. The world needs pizza cutters.
Do I need to drive to New Jersey with a big sack full of biscuits and gravy and have Lexar eat it?
Yeah, you got to drive up there with your big sack and say, you got to grow yourself a sack, boy.
Like Santa Claus.
Exactly. We want him on the show. We love you, Lexar, but you got to get a man up. We believe in Lexar. We do.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in Lexar.
When he stops being a little bitch.
Exactly. Topic 1, Domino's Pizza. We know this. Lexar's topics sometimes are stuff we don't know. But thank you, Lexar. Ric Flair topic.
Noid.
Here's one I don't think we've talked about. Vince Russo revealed that he is an anti-vaxxer. What are your thoughts? Well, I would think you probably don't want to take your scientific or medical advice from Vince Russo, regardless of what they are or not.
Yeah, he's Vince Russo. I don't know. I think Vince just likes to troll people, honestly. I think he just wants to get reactions. I think a lot of his booking was just to get reactions. I mean,
oh, yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah.
He's kind of like this guy I know, Jackie Jones. Yeah.
You mean he's fucking awesome?
Well, I guess you could say that, but
boom, Album, save that. Interesting. Jackie Jones is fucking awesome. I'm proud of you, Intro. You finally told the truth on the show.
Everything I say is the truth.
Well, except for all those fucking lies and bullshit.
There has been no lies.
If you think my whole Facebook ordeal was insane, Google the name Chris Chan and look up what he did. Who the fuck's Chris Chan?
Jackie Chan's cousin.
I don't know anything about it, but yeah.
Chris Chan, the end of what is some guy who killed himself? Now I feel like an asshole.
Is Lexar like telling us tales from the internet? Like, yeah, this is something I'm not aware of.
Christine Weston Chandler, known online as Chris Chan, was recently arrested on charges of incest after recordings appeared to depict her suggesting that she had relations with their 79-year-old mother.
Oh,
what the fuck are you telling us about this? Are you banging your mom, Lexar?
I think Lexar's watching the incest porn.
Jeez, Lexar. Man. Just come back on the show and get away from these weirdness, man.
Oh, yeah, his mind is drifting way too far. We got to get him back.
You're really going down these bad rabbit holes here.
He's got the mind of madness.
He does. Has Jack bought tickets for Rampage in Chicago? No, unfortunately, I will not be going to Chicago.
Like at all anymore? Or?
No, I will not be going, unfortunately. Question 2 is Anchor seen his car get towed?
Have I seen my car get towed? I don't think my car has ever been towed away. I don't think. Only if it's been like broken down or something like that.
Go fucking carve it up.
And it's not my current car because I drive a van now. But like, no. I mean, I think I did when like it was broken down once in the past. What kind of question is that? Why is he asking that?
This really doesn't do anything.
What do you mean? It cuts. You saw Chris Jericho?
Yeah, I don't want to cut my hat apart. Let's see here. I just saw mice running around my kitchen and saw one running on the stovetop. How does Jack capture these critters? With a mousetrap.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a bigger Lexar, me or Andrew Cuomo? Can Stephen Butler watch and review WCW Great American Bash 1991?
Put it on the list and talk about it next week.
There you go. Enter, you get on it too. I'll get on it.
What are we talking about?
Great American Bash 1991.
1991.
Someone remind me during the week.
Yes.
Steven, remind me this weekend. I'll watch it. Another note, a fan has been kicked out of NXT. It can never return to shows after months and months of taking pictures and posting them on the internet. After security found out that he's working for the Wrestling Observer, he has his ID pictures taken and had his photos on his phone erased and escorted out of the building.
How can they make you erase your photos on your phone? It's like you took them and like you paid to go into the event.
It's kind of an overreaction, especially nowadays. Like, who gives a shit? This isn't like the 70s.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Like, oh shit, he took a picture of Harley Race dropping the title to the Giant Baba. Don't put that on the, in the Washington
Everything's
Gazette.
live, yeah, and it's like everybody sees it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't see how they could make you
a bunch of bitches.
I don't think they did. I think they said you should delete those pictures, and he did it because he was a coward.
Probably.
I'd be like, "Fuck you! My phone's locked."
This is a true story. I remember this now. Actually, at I think it was the last fan fest I was at, and I was going around taking pictures, and I took a picture of Abdul the Butcher with Ox Baker, and Abdul the Butcher wanted me to erase it off the phone. I didn't actually; someone else did, but because I wouldn't have erased it. But I didn't even have a phone then. I think I just had a digital camera. But and I remember.
Yeah, I remember when they were kind of like
Yeah.
yelling at the dude, saying like
Yeah.
you can't take the picture.
I remember they wanted me to start paying $10 a photo for me. I'm like, we're there as press to cover the show, and they wanted me to pay $10 like to take photos.
I think Abdullah was like real serious about it, like, but I think
Yeah,
Ox was kind of just going with it because it was Abby was there.
Because I've taken lots of pictures of Ox Baker.
Yeah, so I don't really think that was a Ox Baker thing. I think it was more. He was probably just going along with his friend. I think he was kind of from what the gist that I got, it seemed like he was kind of embarrassed by it, but he went along with it.
You think Nick Gage could bring in Abby for a run?
Probably.
Maybe he should.
Which would win in a fight? A pizza
Fork
cutter
or-
or a fork? Look at that. I can kind of look. You can almost see my eyes. Look at that. That's kind of creepy.
You got to get that shine in it for that good reflection.
Mine needs clean, but look at that. You can boom right on the eyes. That's creepy. Nick Gage, you should do this on the show. Pretty sweet. I probably stole that from Nick Gage. I'm not talking. AEW's come out with a code of conduct for fans. Will Jackie Jones follow these rules? What is the code of conduct?
Well, you would if you're going to the shows. Are you not going to any shows now?
No.
No
Not-
shows.
Not storming the ring, probably.
Yeah, I would. I think I read it. It was like
No unruly, disruptive, threatening, or illegal behavior. I mean, come on, you have to be a dipshit that first.
It's like no browbeating the other fans. Like you can't yell at another fan, but I guess you can yell at the wrestlers.
No fighting or physical harassment. I mean, these things should, you shouldn't have to be told you can't fight and physically harass other people.
No one told me I couldn't fight this other fan.
No foul, harassing, or abusive language towards other fans.
Yeah.
Unreasonable, obstructing the view of other patrons and standing in the aisles. Smoking. I mean, when's the last time you could smoke anywhere? I mean, no abusing drugs or alcohol. So you can't go to the show and just like start shooting up heroin.
Dang. What a bunch of sticklers.
Was this a problem at the shows? Were like people just going up and smoking crack and punching people?
I don't know.
And standing in their way, like, get out of the way, I gotta smoke some crack.
Was Tazo going to AEW shows? All right, well, that's all from Lexar the bitch. So man up, Lexar, but we all love you. All right. Let's find these other questions. I seen fans chanting "We want Wyatt" last night, chanting "We want beach balls."
They want beach balls.
I don't know.
We want beach balls. I don't understand that. Is that a joke or?
I have no idea.
Maybe that's Wyatt's replacement.
Who asked that?
Ronda Rousey tweeted it. I don't know what's going on here.
Ronda Rousey tweet? Yeah, well, she's not necessarily known as a comedian, I guess.
Jonathan Jackson wants to know. The In Your Head host and Headyverse can now only identify with one name. What is your new name? Cutter.
Well, you're Jack.
No, now I'm Cutter. What if I was just E?
I don't know. I wouldn't like that. Just being E.
You're just Inch.
I want to be
You're bitch.
I don't even have bitch in my name. You're the bitch of all the bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks all over you. Boom.
You'll pay for that. You'll pay for that.
Cutter. Well, that's going to be my new name, Cutter. Cutter and Shooter. I'll be pizza cutter. You're coming with your bazooka, whatever the hell you got it laying around.
Mm-hmm.
How about bazooka? That'd be a good name for you.
Bazooka?
Yeah.
A bazooka.
Yeah, bazooka. All right. How about Steven? What's your name going to be?
Oh, jeez.
Sleepy.
No, I don't. I know 7 dwarves.
Wise man.
Jack says wise man. You like that one?
2 words.
Cutter, bazooka, and
no, I wouldn't want to go for that name either. Just Stevie's fine.
Stevie. All right. I was thinking
Stevie.
Hatchet,
Stevie.
How about Jackson? JJ.
I'll be irrelevant.
Oh, whoa. You are never irrelevant to me.
It'd make a pretty interesting name, though.
How about Song? Well, Songman's an easy one. Songman.
Yeah, that's him.
And Vic, is Vic just Vic?
Works.
Vic.
I mean,
Jonathan Jackson wants to know, are you now a fan of Shanky? I feel bad for Shanky because he's this giant man. They gave him the name Shanky, and he's losing in handicap matches. If he was around in another era, they'd be like, well, look at this dude. We should probably really push this guy and protect him. But now, like, let's call him Shanty, and he loses to one guy, him and his buddy, who's also a big giant man. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's sad times.
Poor Shanty.
Damn, Shanty.
The fuck did or Shanky? Is it Shanty?
Shanty. Savini.
Sucks. Would WWE be more interesting if every superstar came out with a unique weapon in their entrance? That'd be good.
Drew's got the sword.
Mm-hmm. What does Shanty need? A scimitar?
You really got it in for this, dude.
I don't know. I'm trying to help the man out. Well, Jinder can have the scimitar.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Shanty can have like a like a genie bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Rub it, and Veer pops out.
That'd be pretty awesome. I'm down for it.
All right. How about Randy? What is Randy Orton? He's the apex predator.
Mm-hmm.
What's he have? Like a rifle?
Well, he's a viper. He should come out with vipers.
All right. I think his arms can just turn to like big snakes. That works for me. Who else is a big name that needs a weapon?
They all need one. Give Nikki Ash.
Whoa.
I don't know what she'd have.
She needs like visors that shoot beams out of her eyes.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cyclops.
She'd be a superhero then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
well,
she
just be SH.
Mm-hmm.
right. Nikki
SH.
Any other weapons for anybody you think of? Who needs a weapon?
Rick Boogs needs like a big drill on the end of his guitar, so he could be like
a killer.
Yeah, big drill. And like, yeah, rock and roll never dies, baby. Ooh, this is Rick Boogs. Shinsuke Nakamura.
What would get King Corbin back to being the king? Because now he's like he's out of work. He's like down on his luck. What kind of weapons he need? T-Bar needs like just a big bar, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably the Jackie Jones lottery ticket cuts by GoFundMe.
Like paper cuts.
Yeah.
Have they ever done paper cuts in a death match? That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think they have, haven't they?
Yeah.
Or was that Jackass? I think, they did that in Jackass.
That would be a good spot. Like the guy, he pulls off the guy's boot and just starts giving him paper cuts between his toes.
Oh, well, Austin, what's his name? Ace Austin. He uses the card where he takes it and puts it in between people's fingers and does a paper cut. Yeah.
That sounds really gay.
What?
I mean, not in a homosexual way. I mean, like in a lame.
Jack.
Well, I used to use it back in the 80s before.
Jack.
Like homophobic.
Jeez.
Would WWE be more interesting if ever? Oh, we just asked that one, asshole. Inch, what the fuck? We just asked that.
Start reading the questions better, bitch.
Okay, fuck you up. What would your entrance weapon be? Mine would be a pizza cutter wrapped in barbed wire. That's from Jonathan Jackson.
I'm missing the barbed wire.
Yeah,
I think my weapon, I would have to, forge it myself. I'd have to cut it off. I'd have to go and get a big blue bar from the big blue steel cage, and I'd be bringing it to the ring to hit people with it.
Hot damn. I want a big bear trap.
Traps.
I'm gonna be like a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gimmick. Throw people into a bear trap.
That's murder, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but what the fuck do you do when you hit someone with a sword?
You just headbutt them instead. You don't hit them with the sword.
I want a moat. I think it'd be cool if a guy was like like every time he came to the ring, they just went out and dug a moat around the ring. That's what Drew needs, a moat. The moat match.
Probably was coming up.
That'd be good.
Instead of a Punjabi prison match, it's just a moat.
What the hell you think you're doing now?
Here's a live food eating for everybody. He's going to try these the other day, but they weren't that good. But
you're going to eat them now, even though you know.
Yeah, I'm just going to eat it now. I don't think they weren't that good. I don't think.
What do you got? I know it says you got 20 minutes before midnight, and you've got like 200 calories left, so you're just going to make sure you mow down before it's midnight, right?
Actually, I'm cheating today because Dad wanted Chinese food,
right?
And I couldn't do Chinese food, without going over calories. So I said to hell with it today.
You could get
to after midnight, it is back to the same old.
I downloaded this app myself just out of curiosity. So right now I'm 409 calories under the day.
Use them up. You want some frosted flake bars?
I don't need to use them up. I'm good.
Use them up. Eat some frosted flake bars.
I don't eat sugary stuff. But if you're not hungry, you don't need to eat. Let's see. Where were we? You know what? I went up to get a drink and I got a fucking pizza cutter. I didn't even get a drink. Since NXT is now back to being developmental, are all those veterans now rookies again? That's a good question. A 12-year rookie. That's like in your head rules where people win rookie of the year if they've been here forever. Which three, though, when people do stay there for a long time, now it really makes them look bad because they're like, oh, this guy's going to be developmental for 10 years. He fucking sucks. And they're fucking, look at this goof. He was on the main show. Then he went back to developmental. Finn Balor must really be the shits. John Barker. Which three people would you fire from AEW right now? Christian, Big Show, and Nick. Well, no, he can't fire.
Mark Henry.
No, I mean,
has he done anything? I mean, since he's been there.
I'm gonna give him a shot for a little bit here. Not. I probably would never hired him to begin with, but
Cesar Bonani.
Who?
The big tall guy. He's terrible.
How about the that weird Dr. Luther? But I guess he's supposedly a nice guy or something. He's old, so I guess
he's a good dude. Don't fire him if he's a good dude.
He's a deathmatch guy.
Why? Yeah, bring him in versus Gage. I hate to say it, but Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy. Yeah.
Fuck him. He's big money. Don't need to be there.
Fire the Butcher.
Butcher?
He's hurt. Screw him. Fire him.
Man, you're heartless. I like Butcher.
Is he any good? I mean,
yeah, I like him.
I think Blade does better without him.
Really?
Fuck the Butcher.
Man, you're a heartless bastard.
Fuck him.
Well, we finally get the dick rating contest between Incher and Jack going now that Sonny's rating dicks. Will you put your dick up against mine, Incher?
Haven't we already done? Oh, you mean in the contest? Oh.
No J hooking. I got a Facebook. The guy said he listened to the show twice because the J hooking made him laugh so hard.
J hook. It really did just come off the top of my head. I didn't know.
Sure it did. Sure it did.
Yeah, everyone knows it's a lie.
I tell you, Vic, I just don't know about these guys.
I'm just picturing Incher getting fish hooked by a J hook now.
Oh,
See, you're sick. That's just wishful thinking on your part. Something give you something.
Wishing that I had a J hook now.
Get you all aroused. See, you want to do the J hooking.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
listen to you. You're trying to get me to go to the public restrooms and everything.
We could do it in your bedroom. It doesn't have to be fucking the dirty bathroom, but I mean, whatever makes it hotter for you. Again. Well, where were we? Intra, how much is your game collection worth?
Well, I haven't entered in everything, but based on, let's see, price charting,
$24.50.
The real price here, based on price charting averages, which you give or take because
just give us the price, man.
I'm logging in and I'm trying to kill time to log in. So, geez.
Might want to hear the second part of this question before answering it. He also wants to know if he can have your home address and he can come and visit.
Oh my. No, you can't do that. Which I have more stuff that I haven't listed yet, but 2,307 items comes up to 64,845.
Sell it up, bitch.
95 cents.
I'll give you $25 right now, cash.
Pass.
A certain bank robber might just come and take it.
Maskless.
It would be like
pretty wearing the mask.
Pretty hard just to get it all in one shot, I would say.
I'd do anything I want, bitch.
He would do anything for love, but he won't do that.
What wouldn't he do, Incher? What wouldn't you do for love, Incher?
Probably get in the hot tub.
Good Lord, you're a pansy.
Won't do that.
What if Jack, if I slapped Incher, so if John Barker slapped Incher across the face right in front of you, what would you do?
Nobody, bitch.
I go, can you do that again? I want to catch you. I want to live stream this on Facebook.
I said, you ain't slapping nobody, bitch.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be a fun video if we were at conventions and just like it would be like slap Incher and people just come and slap you. Like I'd try to, get everyone's reactions. That'd be fun. No, I don't know. I'd say don't do that. That is against the AEW code of conduct.
That's the only thing that would stop him. It's against the AEW code of conduct.
They're snorting coke and slapping Incher. Like, what are you doing, buddy? And get out of the line. Be standing in the aisles. All right, we're gonna take this off because things are getting serious now. Nikhil Callahan time.
It's time to answer what we think about Deuce and Domino.
Good night.
He's tapping out.
You're not going anywhere, Steven.
Prior to Nikhil time, have a good night, folks.
You're not going anywhere, Steven. You're stuck.
Oh, bye.
This is like a switch. Now I'm manning up.
It's like that movie I seen.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Hats like this anymore?
Not unless you're a
dick
bag.
All right, so here we go. Adam Cole's NXT contract expires after SummerSlam Takeover. Do you think he'll stay or does he leave?
Should he stay or should he go now?
If I stay, there may be trouble. But if I go, there may be double.
I think he's going. I think he sees the writing on the wall.
Hitting the bricks. Incher feels Nikhil.
Out of fears Nikhil. I kind of do.
I forgot this happened the same way last SummerSlam week when he asked if he was going to resign or not.
When is SummerSlam?
21st. It's on a Saturday for some weird reason. Yeah.
Maybe that's when his contract expires.
Oh, they have to make sure. Yeah, like we gotta get this one last out. Thoughts on the Ali and Mansoor tag team on Raw?
Oh, I love it. It's the best thing ever, Nikhil.
They
Thanks
just
for
got
that
squashed too, didn't they? They were like a jobber team.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite memories and matches of The Fiend and Bray Wyatt. I really liked the Wyatts when they were the 6-mans, and they had some really good matches. And I love the vignettes and I love the original theme song. I can't really think of much I liked from The Fiend. I thought that was actually I'm not exaggerating. I thought that was some of the worst stuff I've ever seen in wrestling. Probably the top 3 worst matches I've ever seen. Was that one?
I like the bizarreness of it. I mean, it was so bizarre that you couldn't like help but to watch what the hell was.
I did. I helped not to watch. I stopped watching.
Of course you did, because you're a quitter.
You never even started.
I started.
You didn't start the fire. It's always burning since the world's been turning.
Don't be dropping Billy Joel shit on me.
That song was so overplayed. I remember when I was graduating, they played it all the time.
We did the fire.
They showed like clips of like everybody that was graduating.
Every music teacher loved that one because they could teach us history and stuff. And it's like, damn you, Billy Joel. Damn you to
That was your history class. They just played that song. You're like, there you go. It's all I need to know.
Like music teacher, he would play it and he'd be like, you see, this song's teaching you history too. It's like, shut up. Like, who wants to watch the Dead Poets Society? It's like every year we watch this fucking movie.
The song in my yearbook was the one we sang earlier. I would do anything for love. That was the song of the year for my class.
My goodness. They would do anything for love. What does that say about that graduating class? But they won't do that.
Do it.
What won't your graduating class do? What is it? Oh, really?
I don't know. No, they'd probably do that. Let's see here. Do you think it was the right decision for Hangman to lose last week? No, well, it was a shock, and if they have a good idea where to go with it, but I actually think it really hurt his momentum because I don't know where you go with him from here.
Got to see how it plays out.
I agree with that. Favorite memories of Juventud Guerrera? I'm actually a really big fan. One of the highlights for me during the Nitro times when I first started to see these guys, had great matches with and without the mask, and he's a great guest on the show.
You better believe that.
His matches with Jericho are great. That's when Jericho he was the one who stole the mask, wasn't he? He had the mask around his tights and he called them a different name.
Did you think it was funny that MJF was like, I did Google him?
It was funny, but it's a little weird of a build for the match. But yeah. Favorite memories of the Mexicools.
Favorite memories of the Mexicools. I don't know. We saw Psychosis without his mask. That's kind of interesting, I guess. It's the first time we've seen him without the mask in. Or did he take it off in WCW?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he lost it in WCW.
Oh, okay. Well, forget that.
But
it's just a bullshit Nikhil question anyhow.
I was a big fan of all 3 guys, but that gimmick was pretty rotten.
Yeah.
Riding out on lawnmowers.
I mean, we don't want canceled Nikhil. So
Incher was laughing his ass off.
No, Jack. Look at Jack smiling. He loved it.
No, you can go back and listen to the show.
You're getting canceled with me, bitch.
Listen to the show, boy.
What are they doing to our chat room? What is this? Jim Cornette is God.
They're injecting some life into it. It's been dead for the last 10 minutes.
Oh.
What is it? It's like turtles.
What is it?
Why is he the turtle? Why is he the god of turtles?
I don't know.
It's just a bunch of squiggly stuff to me. I don't. Maybe I got to resize my browser or something.
Uh-huh. It'll turn into something. Oh, it's a swan. No, I'm just.
Is it?
No, I'm just.
Do I got to squint my eyes or something? Like, do I got to stare at it longer?
I actually think that's the person's name too. So
is their name 143? It's like a countdown. It was 150. Now it's down to 139.
Oh, that's horrible. They're using what are those things called? Like an auto chat.
Are we being hacked right now? What's going on?
It's just somebody using some shitty software. They're just using an auto chat.
Auto chatting us. You don't have to auto chat us. You can just chat with us. If you want to come in and say Jim Cornette's God, just say it.
Yeah, we don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. You like him, you like him. That's
hey,
fine.
all of you guys, you should everybody who's chatting should subscribe and like the video.
There you go. Subscribe, like the video, hit the little bell icon, not the internet icon, but the bell icon. Then you'll get a notification every time we go live or we upload a video. What needs to be different between Rampage and Dynamite?
Dynamite. I don't know if they do need to be different. I guess just different people in different shows is what we're talking about earlier.
You know, I didn't really mean like keep them completely separate rosters. I just meant not
don't
the
oversaturate.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Don't tell me you didn't.
I do think it would be good to have different commentators.
I know what you meant.
It's gonna be Big Show and who else?
Maybe I should take that back.
Who else was commentating?
Taz.
No, not Taz. Somebody else.
Mark Henry. Wasn't he supposed to be a commentator?
I guess Mark Henry then. Yeah, it'll be Big Show and Mark Henry.
Hasn't Mark Henry done some commentary that was good?
Who?
Mark Henry. Didn't I hear somewhere that he did some good commentary?
I don't know. I heard Big Show on that last pay-per-view, and I did not think he was good at it. Are you bothered that AEW only do one women's match per show? I've seen someone else bring this up. No, I'm not someone who's bothered. I actually like women's wrestling if it's good. I mean, if I don't think the idea of just putting women on the show just so you have women on the show helps. But if you build a good women's roster and have them part of the show, that's cool. But just the idea of we have to have like a certain amount of women on the show, I think is kind of
it's no sense in putting them on there just to be putting them on there.
Any memories of the film Under Siege?
Oh, of course, when the girl pops out of the cake.
Oh,
and then he doesn't want people to he wants people to make sure his pies doesn't burn.
God, you really know about this. You're all about
Tommy Lee Jones. He gave a good performance.
He just gets killed at the end of the big fight.
I'll just spoil it for everybody, Jack. Jeez.
You were talking about women popping out of cakes. You getting your boner and stuff.
That's a good scene.
What's your favorite Demi Moore movie?
My favorite Demi Moore movie?
I don't know.
Probably Ghost.
I like Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is pretty good.
If I have to say, yeah, probably Ghost.
Let's go with that. That sounds good. Have you been watching the Olympics? Nope.
Nah.
That reminds me, though, if we have time, I posted a question for the group I thought we'd get some good answers for. Now Hangman isn't facing Kenny Omega at the pay-per-view. Who will challenge him? I'm thinking it's going to be Christian.
Nick Gage.
I think they're going to have something where he does face him. I think they're going to turn it around. They're just doing some storylines here.
I could have sworn the stipulation was that whole Cody thing. You can't challenge for the belt anymore.
Is that the same deal? Like if you lose, he can't challenge for the belt anymore? That would be a real big mistake for Adam Page.
I thought it was just this once thing, but I don't know.
Just once. That's stupid.
Maybe Omega loses tomorrow. Maybe he loses tomorrow. Maybe he gets challenged by somebody and he loses to somebody. So then Adam Page can challenge for the belt.
Could be.
Who is he facing tomorrow?
I don't know if he's facing anybody. I'm saying like maybe it's a surprise announcement or something. Maybe Daniel Bryan comes in and beats him. You never know.
Or Bray Wyatt.
Bray
Or
Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. You got to watch the show and see what happens.
Ric Flair. Woo! Ric Flair comes out.
Woo! I'd like to see it. Woo! Our group was saying they hope Flair goes to Power to challenge for the 10 pounds of gold.
Like, who wants to see that? I mean,
Finally
really.
beats Nick Aldis.
The Smashing Pumpkins. He probably. I mean, even if you work for there, wouldn't you just feel sad if Ric Flair was coming out on Power on YouTube?
Yeah, that would suck.
That's not on YouTube anymore.
Where
is it not?
MEO or something?
No, it's on the Fight Network.
It's on TikTok.
It's on Twitch. No, it's on the Fight Network.
Oh, okay. Would you consider CM Punk an ex-WWE guy even though he walked out? I mean, technically he is there, but if the question is like, do I consider him like really like people looking at him as just a WWE guy? No. I mean, even when he's in WWE, I didn't think of him as that.
Yeah, because he did work on the indie scene for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's really where he built his names.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair appeared in AEW for some type of WCW Horseman reunion.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think that happened. But
Is
I would
that
like
a question?
I'd like to see it happen.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Are you excited to see Goldberg versus Lashley? Nope.
No, I'm not either.
There was a time I really liked Goldberg, but I don't know. His last few matches have been really pathetic. AEW Dark 100th episode tonight. Any favorite memories of AEW Dark?
No.
I've never watched it.
I like that time that Brian Pillman Jr. wrestled on AEW Dark.
That's like every week, probably.
It's the best time ever.
Does he get your dick hard for wrestling?
Sure.
Have you ever watched a film and cried?
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. Come on.
Of course.
Free will.
Yeah.
No.
I tear up. I'm a big pussy. I'm like,
I've never cried.
What were you saying, Vic?
An old yeller.
Old Yeller. Yeah.
Intra just laughed at that ending. He's like, oh,
pal. That dog's died, pal.
What's the best Steven Spielberg movie? A lot of E.T.
The best Steven Spielberg movie. Ooh, that's hard.
Police Academy.
He never directed
I
anything.
might go with Jaws
I don't know.
Jaws or
or E.T. I like Jaws. I'm gonna say Jaws.
Schindler's List.
It's a good one.
Saving Private Ryan.
My English teacher was going to take us to go see Schindler's List, and our principal wouldn't allow it because he said it was questionable if the movie was true.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
And I thought, like, wow, this is like
He'd be like in major news right now.
He's a revisionist.
yes.
Raiders is good.
Oh yeah, Razor Lost Ark's great.
Geez, there's so many. It's hard to just say one. I mean,
Just say all of them. Even
yeah.
though there have been a few bad ones.
I like that one his daughter did.
Well, he didn't say Steven, he just said Spielberg. So.
Exactly.
Ah, hey. Loophole.
Mm-hmm.
You meant Joey Spielberg. OIB, if you are Indiana, can I be short round?
Who, Nikhil is?
Yeah.
I guess.
No love for you, Dr. Jones.
Oh.
Why do WWE always book people in their hometown to lose and get beaten up?
I don't know why they do that. I think Vince just gets off on it or something.
Yeah, he's back there jacking it.
Yeah. There's just something weird about him that just he derives pleasure from doing that for some reason. Likes to humiliate people.
Hometown hero.
When you were younger, did you go to places in the mall that just had arcade games inside? Yeah, you mean an arcade?
Yeah. There was a place called the
Did you ever
Gold
go to
Mine.
places that just serve food? I think you call them restaurants.
There was a place called the Gold Mine where I would go to at the mall. Yeah. And it had like big like blocks, kind of like trying to look like a mine.
Do they not have arcades in England?
I'm sure they did.
He's like, did you go to these mythical places that just had arcade games?
Like I know they had to import a lot of the pinball machines and stuff, but like, which pinballs is like most of the manufacturers are in the United States, so I would say yeah, they definitely had arcades over there because I know a lot of UK people are crazy about them. So,
how many siblings do you have?
2.
1.
I got 2. 5. 3.
How did the people on the call except the host discover In Your Head? My story was I was Googling wrestling podcast and saw the board, and the rest is history. Interesting question. Well, Songman, how'd you find In Your Head?
Yep. Well, that was definitely from some of the guests that was on there.
Which guest? Do you remember?
I don't barely remember. I'd probably say Nikki Rocks, maybe.
Oh, okay.
That was
That was
I
a
think
while
that was
ago,
at
yeah.
the road release.
Awesome.
Vic Schiavone.
Okay, I like to go to prowrestling.net, and I saw a recap there for an interview with handsome Jimmy Valiant. And I grew up in Memphis, on Memphis wrestling, so I wonder what handsome Jimmy's up to. So I went to the link and listened to the interview, and then I listened to the show, and I thought, what the heck is this?
It's a very big contrast from interview to show.
But no, it was funny, and I laughed my butt off. And I said, well, I have to find this show. So I went to the website, and then found the Facebook group, and so
very cool. Then Jonathan Jackson.
Excellent.
It was the Nick Gage interview. Oh wait, no, you didn't. No, it was the Cornette interview actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
God apparently.
Yeah. He is God. He loves Nick Gage so much. That's why I love Cornette. Yeah, I listened to the interview just like Vic said. Then I heard the show, and you did that thing where you were saying you were at that New Year's party, and the guy's like, "It's your call, bro," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
I'm hooked now." I love that story. It's just so funny.
I wish I had a picture of the guy. I have pictures of that night, but I don't have pictures of Ricardo.
You let him down, man. You just left him there.
I don't know if I could find any pictures of the show. I know it's New Year's. I'll look real quick.
New Year's pictures.
You probably wouldn't be into me now.
It's your call, bro.
I'm forgetting this story. What exactly happened? Was somebody flirting with Jack or what?
Yeah, it was a New Year's. It was New Year's at here's the place. It's Heroes New Year's Eve. So it's 2014, Wednesday, December 31st. TT the Bears was the name of the place, and so I was there with Annabelle, and I had a gold jacket. So, but that doesn't matter. But so I was at the bar. And this guy bought me a beer, and he's a Hispanic man, and he started going. So I was like, "What?" He was like, "Your call, your call." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Go back and fuck," and because he didn't speak perfect English, and he just straight up said he wanted to go back and fuck. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm with her." But it was I told the story better at the time, but it's been 7 years. But it was a very memorable experience. So there you go, Incher.
Indeed.
Damn.
Let's see. I do have some pictures from here. I do. This to be interesting because this is not the guy, but as part of the story was, after that I went and I was on stage dancing and stuff, and this dude came over, this bearded guy, and I clearly remember Ricardo looking very not mad, but he looked very like sad that I think because he thought I was with this man. But I'm telling that guy is nothing on Ricardo. Ricardo was. I did feel pretty good because Ricardo was pretty was a pretty handsome Latino man.
Who was the top and who was the bottom in that photo?
And that one, that guy would be the bottom because he's very effeminate. But I think Ricardo wanted to be the top. He seemed very manly.
He didn't want to be the bottom.
Yeah, so that was the deal breaker. Intro.
That's where they went wrong.
Yeah, and that was the same night.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think I probably could have. If she would have made the same deal, maybe things would have been different.
You mean anyway, would have?
It did make me think the whole, the hanky code. So like,
I don't know the hanky code. You're the one who keeps up on all that.
Whatever the hanky, so you have a different color hanky, it means you're into this or that. And then if you have in the right pocket, it might mean you're a giver. Or if it left,
no, I understand that. I just don't know the actual. Codes.
Well, it did make me think like maybe there's something to this because like this Ricardo was a handsome dude. If he had a hanky and I looked down, he's just one to cuddle or like. But if I look down, he's into like banging. He's like into like fisting or something. Like, whoa, I'm out of here, Ricardo. So I'm just saying maybe this makes sense. The whole hanky code. You can just look down like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, or no, hard pass. You know what I'm saying?
Hard pass.
But it was a good time. It was a weird time actually, but it's a fun memory now. But
so we just had an interview.
Styling outfit, don't you think? That gold sequin jacket. No wonder that guy was all over me.
Mm-hmm. So we just had an interview with handsome Jimmy Valiant. Let's tell this story.
No, it's Jim Cornette.
Oh, it's Jim Cornette. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got Vic's answer and Jonathan Jackson's mixed up.
But yeah, he was like, "It's like your call," and I couldn't understand what he said at first, and then I was like, "What?" He's like, "It's like we go back in and fuck." I was like, "Whoa, no!" It's very just boom, just right out there. Go back in. He's the most honest man in that bar. Apparently.
That or he had a language barrier and he just wanted to get
part of
where he wanted to get.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. Let's see.
You think Ricardo watches the show?
It's possible. Possible. I have noticed that a lot of people that had the hots for me back and they don't anymore because I don't think I think they like the heavier set Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So Ricardo probably wouldn't be into me anymore. Interest, I'm saying.
Dang.
I've noticed because my brother brought this up. My brother and friends of ours used to call me the Asian persuasion because when we would go to Chinese restaurants, the Asian women would really hit on me. They'd give me extra food and stuff. And they don't at all anymore. They just treat me like any J Brown.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer. I've lost the Asian persuasion since I've lost a lot of weight. So that's one of the downsides.
Yeah.
Of losing 170 pounds. Let's see.
Maybe you looked more like Boo.
Like a sumo? I looked like Yokozuna. I think about it. My uncle's
you look more like Buddha.
He was a big man, so maybe the Asians like the big Americans.
Buddha.
That reminds me. I don't know if did I say this on the show. The Black Israelites up in Boston. So I was walking. I've been going up to Boston again. I haven't been for a while, and so I was walking by, and I hear him talking about because. I don't know if people know who the Black Israelites are, but they so they're up there preaching and saying whatever. And so I wasn't paying that much attention, but then I started hearing, because it's next to Chinatown where they're at, and they were saying, all our black and brown brothers, don't let your sons be tempted by the Asian women, because the Asians use their women to tempt the black and brown brothers to get our sons, and then they make them worship Buddha. And I was just like, what this? It was very funny. And so then when I was walking back the other way, they were going on about all the white devils, and they're all gay boys, but they used worse terminology. And they were saying that all the white devils were bringing they were all bringing the AIDS into the community with their alternative lifestyles. And so I'm just standing there, and it's like, it's all, just looking. And I looked down, and I had the Legend shirt with a devil on it. I was like, oh shit.
They didn't yell at you like, yeah, that's the
I'm kind of
white devils now.
The first time I saw him, because it used to be when I a couple of years ago when I first started going to Boston, I was a little like taken back by this, because they just start yelling about the white people all the time. And I'm kind of used to it, but I never see them. They go by the code. They're never physically harassing anybody. I get my second jab Sunday. I'm worried my cock will get smaller. Any advice? What? I don't know. Intro, did your dick shrink when you got your vaccination?
No, it grew bigger.
Well, there you go, Nikhil. That was the end of Nikhil's questions.
You see this ticket right here? You see that one?
Yeah.
See that ticket, Jones?
Yeah. No.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's too bad. And I feel bad for you.
You're in good company. You're with Lexar.
If you won, I would have texted it to Lexar. He loves seeing that.
My Mega Millions is a big loser.
Does that mean to me to text Lexar when I win on lotteries?
It gives him hope.
I agree. Makes him work harder.
Yep. If you can do it, one day he'll be able to.
It's mean. It's mean. A little bit. It's mean.
How long is Christian's contract for? Feels like he's been in AEW for 5 years now. What the fuck were they thinking signing him? He's boring me with his boringness. He should go back to TNA and sell some of his old merch. Fuck Christian. That was from Dobbs.
There you go.
I don't know.
They let him use his old theme song. So,
Why did Tazo make another Facebook account named Sabotai? He did not add me,
he added me.
Yeah, I noticed he added you and Dobbs and everyone else but the Headyverse, but I think he doesn't add me because I don't like his QAnon side where he likes to post all over the internets.
Oh.
Have you guys? I don't know why he made it. Who knows? Have you guys watched Blood Red Sky? Never even heard of it.
I haven't seen that one, no.
So it's on Netflix. Watch it and let us know what you think of it. Okay. I never even heard of it.
I'm not aware of it.
What's Jittery John up to these days? Is he still jittering? The jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
I asked him to come back on for our, when we had our anniversary show. But he's like, fuck, I'm not doing it.
I said, fuck it. Suck these nuts.
No, he actually was going to, but I think we couldn't figure it out time frame wise.
Yeah, I work pretty much all weekend, so.
But yeah, he's welcome to come on sometime. I don't think you've met Treacherous Trista yet.
She hasn't met me yet.
God, I guess so picky. She's co-hosted, guest hosted In Your Head once.
Yeah.
She might come back. She'd come back on here too sometime. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Missionary or back shots?
Well, Roman says missionary's boring.
But what's back shots? Is that just like spewing on some?
I guess it's like, is that like doggy style or something?
The white people call it doggy style. Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard it called back shots.
Oh, back shots.
Man, I gotta ask
what's the reasoning to call it back shots? Because you're looking at the back.
Because you're not a dog. That's why. Well, technically, you're not a missionary either, but
well, interesting. It's Catholic.
Okay, so interest missionary every night. Okay.
Pardon me. Would you have any Grey Poupon?
Pardon me. Would you have any Grey Poupon?
No.
Oh.
If you had kids, would you rather them grow up to be a porn star or conservative? It was in reference to a Facebook post I shared with them. One of my friends posted, and I'm a pretty liberal guy, but I thought it was a ridiculous thing. They posted this picture of, it was somebody who won like best anal scene in like some porn awards, and was saying like, I'd rather my daughter grew up to be a porn star and won best anal than to be a conservative. And I was like, oh, brother.
Yeah, that's.
There's nothing wrong with porn stars. I don't know why. Why do they get a bad rap?
This is a weird thing that when I talk to a lot of younger people, a lot of my friends it's always this thing about sex work is work and like they're people. And I was like, yeah, I get that. But I don't think it's like, would you want someone to like strive to like grow up and, suck dick on camera? Like, I don't know.
No, not when they're younger, but once they become of age, if that's what they like doing, then yeah, sure, go for it.
Yes, I don't think it's really someone's goal to do that is all. I'm not saying they're not, they're not people or any of this craziness. I'm just saying I mean, that if someone actually enjoys that, I guess, but it doesn't seem like most people do. If you actually, I mean, not to get dark, but if you watch a lot of like documentaries about that, a lot of them, the high suicide rate and drug use. Thank you for answering.
They're probably listening to that Ozzy Osbourne is what it is.
Like a crazy, was it going off the rails like a crazy train?
Exactly.
Thank you for answering my questions. Have a great fucking evening. Enjoy some of what in the butt. Is that also what you brothers use instead of the doggy style? The what in the butt?
It's more for the gay community, but okay.
The gay community.
Insurance young boy Brian Matthew Clutter wants to know, what is your favorite memory of Darn Knodel?
I think he signed my shit at
you actually brought up shit?
No, my shirt.
Oh. Did you sign it on your nipple?
Fan club. I can't really remember watching any of his matches. I don't know.
No, I don't either. Oh, I think he had some stuff with Sergeant Slaughter, I see. But
seemed like a nice guy.
He was a nice guy at the Fan Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on Conrad Thompson frequently insulting Tony Schiavone by saying Tony's from West Virginia?
He says that Tony's from West Virginia and Tony gets all uppity about it.
I don't know. I honestly don't listen to any of that stuff. No, I'm not against it. I just don't listen to it. But I don't know. Mm-hmm. But no idea.
Isn't he just a comedic genius? That
is
Conrad
Tony from
Thompson?
West Virginia?
I don't think he is.
So he's like saying he's weird. I don't know.
I think it's probably an inside joke or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Go pay somebody else to do a show so you can get hits, you fucking bitch.
John Garabedian wants to know.
Try doing an entertaining show on your own, you big fat dumb bitch.
Any fine memories of Vic Schiavone's open basement now being his private basement? Ding, 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 ding. Where is he tonight? I don't think he's in the basement.
Yeah, I'm. See, I've just turned the computer so
I see. I see.
Way.
All right.
If I turn it around, there's the
basement.
Open turn it
basement upstairs.
I like the shirt. Do you think Karrion Kross's match will be big anymore after Vince has poorly booked him and his character at the 3 losses till the match takes place? No, I think that's actually seriously hurt his momentum.
The writing's on the wall for the man. He's not going to be anything in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Owl, is it true that Incha likes his men like he likes his hoagies, greasy and Italian?
I just is a tuna sub like greasy and Italian?
No.
Yeah. That's
Tyler's-
normally what I get at the Subway. Is that a hoagie though, or is that considered just a sub?
I noticed they don't even call them subs anymore. They call them heroes.
Yeah, I was gonna say hoagies, heroes, and subs are all the same thing.
Yeah. You need to you need to go to a real sub place, so not fucking Subway. Tyler Stevens, favorite Dennis Hopper role.
One of my favorites is his
Massacre 2.
One of my favorites is his episode of The Twilight Zone. I thought he was really good in that.
Young man. Blue Velvet, probably, if I had a real answer. Owl, do you believe Gary Spivey when he says Paul Orndorff is hanging out with Andre and other wrestlers on the other side? Hell yeah. Who am I to
Gotta believe him?
Gary Spivey.
He's a sidekick.
Exactly. Is Raw better than Dynamite? No.
No.
I don't think it's better than any show. I probably would rather watch whatever.
I think Mr. Rogers is better than Raw.
Mr. Rogers is better than everything in WWE.
I am a big Mr. Rogers fan.
Raw is terrible.
I'd rather watch Romper Room than fucking Raw sometimes.
That's just for the hot chicks. I take that back. It did make me laugh. Was Smoky Mountain an Outlaw Mud Show? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's pretty much like the same ingredients of an
was.
Outlaw Mud Show.
Yeah. What the fuck is he talking about? He's got a tweet from Vince Russo. Now choosing not to subscribe to Disney Plus and attempting to silence Jiminy Cricket are two completely different things. I don't fucking know what he's talking about. I don't really ever know what he's talking about. I can't really say I pay much attention to Russo. I used to for a while, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't think he's ever been someone I've really like. I think he's entertaining, but he's not really anyone I really ever took his opinions or anything very serious.
Yeah.
Brian Matthew Clutter, top 3 NES games.
Top 3 NES games. All right.
Tecmo Bowl,
Mario 3,
Duck Hunt,
Castlevania 3. And Zelda
3.
1. Well, there is no 3 on the NES.
If I had a real choice, Zelda, probably Legend of Zelda.
Gosh, I mean, it's hard to pick
Metroid,
just 3.
I was
You
a
got
big fan of
Metroid, yeah.
Is Mario Kart was on Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah, it was super.
Avoid the noid.
Mario Brothers is a good game.
Yonoid.
What's the worst?
The worst?
Yeah.
Probably there's like those ones that are made by like those off brands that are like barely playable, like Action 52, even though they're worth a lot. They are some of the shittiest games you'll ever
heard
play.
of that.
Like with Cheetah Men and stuff like that, it was bad. I found out though that one of my most valuable NES games is Bubble Bobble 2. So it was good that I bought it after that guy ripped me off, even though it's worth about $400, which I pretty much have $400 into it because that guy fucking ripped me off.
Asshole.
Yeah.
How about Camp Nightmare?
Camp Nightmare? That looks like a good title. I'd play that.
It's pretty sweet. Get that over at slasherman.com. All right. You can also get Insure.
What?
Slasherman, Plan 9.
Oh, looks like a good game.
Yeah, I get that. I actually do have that. All right. What are the most middle of the road NES games?
Middle of the road NES games.
Duck Hunt, Tecmo
Yeah.
Bowl.
Just same three.
And
Like
what's that?
mediocre games.
Track and field.
Oh, track and field. I actually really did like track.
Kari Warriors, maybe. It's like that's kind of mediocre.
Contra's probably
Contra's really good. I'd put that in the good category. Geez, I don't know. Ring King.
I love it when you could punch a guy and he'd go flying out of the ring. And also, in the corner, it always looked like the corner man was blowing you.
Robo Warrior, maybe. Robo Warrior's pretty mediocre, I think.
Never even heard of that. Does that game exist?
Yeah, it does.
What are the best? What is the 3 best NES games for tops?
For tops.
The 3 best for bottoms. No, Billy. This Tyler Stevens. He's mines his marbles.
Like which one's like the top in a gay relationship with the other one?
Right.
Games are allowed to have relationships.
Not in West Virginia. You get locked up.
I guess you'd say like CV3 is.
You really gonna answer this?
Is the top to CV2, I guess. But like if you put it up against Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3, which one would it be? Mega Man 1's probably the bottom to 2 because I think people like 2 a lot better. I don't know. What a fucking strange question.
Did you think, Al Wolb, do you think you would enjoy the smell of The Rock's cooking?
I've seen his cheat meals, and I think I would enjoy the smell.
Like 10 pizzas. His cheat meals are what Songman eats on a normal day.
But does he cook those?
No, he doesn't cook them, but
I bet his cooking isn't good. I bet it's just like boiled chicken, skinless chicken breast with like a side of like watercress. A big pile of leafy greens with no dressing.
how like crazy is that new movie that he's in? He's like a motorboat captain or something.
It's horrible. My mom went to see it.
He's like this huge jacked up dude. He's like,
well, what's he gonna do? Like just stop working out for a couple of years before he makes it?
I don't know, but it's like it's just so like unbelievable that this guy's like
so
a captain.
Yeah, like
there's
no way that they look like they belong in these roles. He makes movies that I could not possibly care less about seeing.
You said he starts motorboating chicks?
Well, maybe if he did that, I'd understand. But like he's just welcome to my ship. Oh, I'm gonna lay the smackdown on you.
My mom liked it.
She just liked The Rock.
Yeah, she does like rock movies.
Well, my next movie is I'm about to leave.
All right. Well, good night. Song Man. We'll see you soon. Have a good week.
Yep, you too. We'll see you next week or so. Take
I
care.
may have to step away here in a minute too.
You gotta take a poop.
Those frosted flake bars are getting to me.
If you're a real man, you just do it right in your pants.
No.
Jonathan Jacks has a question for you, though, intro.
Oh God, it's going to be a long one, isn't it?
Have you ever busted a nut to any of the In Your Head fan fiction?
No, those are disgusting. Those are awful.
If you did, would you have told us?
No, probably not.
Al Wool, does Incher agree with this, and will he become a member of the Realm Network?
Realm Network. Do we got a clip or something?
There's network. It's a tweet. I don't even know who this is. Aubrey Huff was waiting in the orthopedic room today, maskless. The doctor came in maskless as well. Immediately said, "Wow, it's great when I enter a room and see a patient that realizes masks are useless."
Oh, that's no good.
What? I kind of doubt a doctor says that.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I hope he's not a surgeon. Your surgeon is coming in, fuck the mask. Just start spitting in your wound.
I'll be back or finish the show or something.
All right. What are you gonna jerk off?
He's gonna bust the nut. It's a fan fiction. Yeah.
Fan fiction.
I knew it.
Gonna bust the nut to the back spots.
The back shots.
That's what I say with all my back on the streets. We talk about the White Devils.
Bringing the AIDS. What are you doing?
That's what happens when you're doing the back shots. Dorian Doc Patel. Did WWE recast Goldberg's son? I like that. That's a good question. That would be funny if they just did bring in some other kid to be his son. I could see that too. Vince would be just like, he's like, "Look, pal, this kid of yours, this like interest says this little fat bitch. He doesn't work for me. We're gonna bring in this other kid to be Goldberg's son."
Oh man. Next time he's gonna be bald.
That'd be awesome. And he'd be like 40. After watching the Nick Gage Jericho match, is Intra now officially MDK all day, or is he still only MDK most of the day?
Who knows? He's not here to answer.
With all this CM Punk talk, do you think AJ Lee will make a return too?
No. I think she's done with wrestling.
Probably. I like her though. I was a fan. But she's no longer young and tight. Urias Tosh, if you had to hack a journeyman career in wrestling, would you choose Mexico or Japan? I don't get the question.
Would you rather be a young boy in Japan or go through I guess the
Mexico?
Yeah, the luchador experience in Mexico.
Well, Japan, you're gonna have to wash backs and feet and get people's meals, and then you get beat with like sticks, and then like get tortured, and then get like really beat down in the ring and slapped, and probably break your body down and die young. If in Mexico, you probably just wouldn't get paid a lot. I don't think there's a lot of really beating you down because they don't really take bumps. You're probably not going to get paid a lot. Possibly run into some danger. If I was a young man, I'd probably pick Mexico.
It's close to the home.
It's true. I think I would probably enjoy that experience more. I'm not really big on just like men beating me. Al, if Lexar grew a beard and took down his CBS Sports banner, would Intra still recognize him when he zooms in? Again, we'll never know. Jack and Intra, do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? I don't know the rest of the words, but yeah, I believe in magic. That's it for the questions this week. It was a short week for questions. But no, they weren't quality. A lot of those ones by that one Tyler, I don't know what was going on there. But he was thinking out of the box. I appreciate that. I did want to find one thing here before we take off for the night. It was I don't know where it is, but I asked the question to the Headyverse. We'll save it for next week when Intra's here, because who knows how long. Because when he takes a poop, sometimes it's hours. So it's on here anyway. So go to the board, facebook.com/group/IY Wrestling. And I had a question up there about what would be sports or not sports, but if there was a Headyverse Olympics, what would the categories be? And there was a lot of good answers, and we'll get to that next week here on In Your Head. So you have time to go there and put some more in. As Jonathan Jackson said, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, get the notifications, give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments. There was an active chat until it died a while ago. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'll leave some comments because it's cool to see the comments there. And follow us on the Facebook and the Twitter and Instagram, even though I barely post on any of that stuff, but do it. Maybe someday I'll get around to being active. I mentioned this before. I would like to get someone to run the Twitter. If someone out there really likes Twitter, I'm not really a big Twitter guy, but I realize that an active Twitter is beneficial to the show. So if someone would like to run the In Your Head Twitter, and I don't mean post like stupid bullshit. I mean like post good bullshit and be interactive on there. You got to learn. You got to be able to spell and do whatever it takes to get followers. I don't know, whatever Twitter does. So if you'd like to do that, email me, Jack inyourhead@gmail.com or iwhitewrestling@gmail.com and all that good stuff. Send $50, you'll get a fork signed by Incher or forged by me. I'll send it to you. Who knows? I don't know if you could sign this pizza cutter.
Maybe the handle.
Yeah, mine's like a kind of a fancy plastic handle. I don't know if it's signable. I don't know. Maybe maybe we'll get some pizza cutters and sign. I don't know. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. This is In Your Head. This is a good time. Thanks, everyone. I love everybody in the Headyverse, each and every one of you, except for Swax. Good night. Oh, I forgot to record the show, but good thing it records on YouTube. I really did forget to record it.